And Wisconsin Sports Writer of the Year, Jason Wilde.
Is there anything anybody loves more than agreeing with Tausch?
Packers Hall of Famer, Mark Tauscher.
I got a hunch this isn't going to be concise either.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio.
I would say that you are pretty easygoing. You're actually probably more easygoing than I am.
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
Well, you're not easygoing at all.
Hey!
On 100.5 ESPN, the ESPN app, and Wisconsin On Demand.
The Thursday edition. Mike Tannenbaum making some waves on Wilde and Tausch edition. I am not challenging the 100.5 ESPN Madison softball team, coached by the great Sarah Tauscher, to a head-to-head matchup, but it is really fun coaching. Got our first W last night in the opener, and I could see why Sarah has taken on the leadership role that you chose not to continue to pursue. Fair description of your...
No, I was never going to coach softball. It was never a good fit for me.
It's a good fit for me.
I help.
Edition.
I've helped, but yeah, it's not a good fit for me.
And the Evan Cohen scheduled to appear edition of Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN Milwaukee, 100.5 ESPN Madison, 1430 ESPN Beaver Dam, ESPNWisconsin.com, the ESPN app, your Alexa smart speaker, streaming live video, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, and, of course, everything you need on WisconsinOnDemand.com and the Wisconsin On Demand app. I'm Jason Wilde in Green Bay. Jesse Nelson is in the Everlight Solar ESPN Madison studios. And from his undisclosed location, are you golfing today?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you look very nice. You are the Packers Hall of Famer. You are Mark Tauscher. Tausch, good morning. How are you?
I'm good. So you won a game last night, huh?
First game of the year. We opened up. We had a couple of big innings. It was really fun. It was really, really fun. I forgot how much I enjoy coaching softball.
So are you the head coach of this team?
I am, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Wow.
The buck stops here, Trumaning. Yeah.
Are you more Dan Hurley or J.J. Redick?
Well, what does that mean?
Well, Dan Hurley comes accomplished, two
now,
national champions.
He's passive-aggressive with the umps would be my guess. Like,
I was using the Tausch. I was doing the Tausch thing.
What's
where
that?
you cheer your pitcher. When a ball is close, I thought you taught me this. I learned this from you, right?
Yeah, goodness.
Yeah. That's passive aggressive.
Well, yeah, but it's tausching. Like, I learned that from you. I didn't know how to do that.
It's trying to get the next call. It's not.
Right.
Yeah, it's not.
Pretty good pitch.
I'm not a yell. I don't want to yell.
Good.
The only time I yell at umps is, well, there's a couple things. If it's your call and you don't want to make the call, I got issues with that. You're a first base ump, and you're asking the home plate ump if the guy was safe on a pickoff move? Uh-huh. No, bro. You got to make a call. I'm not interested in that. And if it's a fly ball to the outfield and it's a father-son combo and the kid is out there and he thinks the kid didn't catch it and he appeals to daddy to make a call out at home plate, I got issues with that too. It's your call, brother. And don't let the other – and the other thing that I'm a stickler about, don't let the other coach bully ball you.
That's your job
Those
to
are my
bully
three.
ball them.
Exactly. Those are my three tenets as far as how I look at them.
So you do understand that, like, if you can't see something because your view is obstructed, it's okay to appeal to the other umpire when there's only two of you.
Jesse, how many times, if you're standing at second base and the center fielder goes to make a play, you make the call, the opposing team goes to the home plate ump for an appeal, and he then says it's safe? No, don't tell me it's obstructed view. You didn't like the view.
Well,
you didn't like the call.
Did the kid catch the ball or not?
Call.
Like, if the kid just missed that the center fielder didn't catch the ball, like, get the
then
call
don't
right
be
is
out
the
there.
most
Okay,
important thing.
Fine, then just have one up. That's fine. If you have one up, that's fine. But you know that.
Well,
You know
like
that,
you can
Jesse.
criticize the kid. It's not a kid appealing to daddy because he doesn't want to make the call himself. It's the kid didn't see the catch made or not, and daddy did. So daddy's got to step in and make the call as the crew chief.
Crew chief.
I don't want the home plate ump. I don't want the home plate ump calling a diving catch in center field. I don't. I want the guy that's on the bases calling that. That's all.
I
I
agree.
don't know how
Like,
we got
you're
on
not
this being me. This isn't even my story.
You're not wrong.
I wasn't even talking.
Like, I've been on the bases at first base, and there's a play on a pickoff play, and the first baseman steps in front of your view, and you're obstructed, and so you can appeal to the home plate umpire to see if he had a better
you're
view
not
of
in
it.
position.
You make a call.
Because then that means you're not in the right position.
It may at times,
Jesse?
but also weird things can
Yeah,
happen
'cause
when
you're
you're
too
circling
lazy
the
to
base
get in
paths.
position.
Maybe, but also things
just get
happen
in
on the
position.
base paths where you're bouncing around.
Hey,
It's okay to
I
appeal.
can live with a missed call. Just be decisive, be loud, and be in position. It's the three Bs.
Also, I thought I debunked your theory of the strike zone because when I'm behind home plate and if there's a ball on a pitch that's close and I call it a ball and the coach says from the third base dugout, that was a good pitch, Timmy, throw it right there again. I'm gonna say the strike zone's smaller for Timmy all of a sudden.
Well,
because
that's
we're
not
penalizing
being an
coach.
unbiased observer as an umpire. You're
Like,
more
I don't care if
professional
you do
than
that.
that.
Like clearly,
Hey,
it
if you
wasn't
want to
a
be petty, I'm fine.
Hey, coach,
Go
it
ahead,
wasn't a
petty it
strike
up.
the first time. It's not going to be a strike the second time. That's the zone.
So congratulations to the Cardinals, Bryn.
We
and
have
Sydney
to
and
figure out.
Reagan.
I
Really
have
proud
to
of you
figure out a
today.
way to get Jesse Nelson to umpire one of our games. We have
No
to make
doubt.
this happen.
Absolutely.
We'll get this done.
I'm in.
I'll
So,
talk to
Jesse-
the powers that be.
Are you like Angel Hernandez? Are you retired, or are you just on sabbatical? Because I hear you doing the voiceovers for the Madison Parks and Rec and all that kind of good stuff.
Yep, love it.
But have you hung up your ball strike out counter and your face mask, or what's the deal?
Yeah, it's been a couple of years now since I last umpired a game. Schedules is the problem with high school baseball is that all these games get played. Like, in Muskego we start these games at 6:00. That's a great start time for these little league games, and some of these, even the older kids play a little bit later.
Yeah, we started at
whatever-
6:30 last night.
For whatever reason, in the greater Madison area, I feel like games always start at 4:30, 5 o'clock. Like, don't we have
'Cause
jobs?
you have to get 2 rounds of games. You have to get 2 rounds
true.
of games.
Just
in.
play on-
It's
just-
got to be 5 and 6:30.
Give me Monday and Wednesday nights. Give me Tuesday, Friday nights. Like, what are we doing playing double headers every day where we got to start? No wonder there's an umpire shortage. People are working full-time jobs. Give them time to get there.
Yeah, you're a manager, for goodness sake.
Like, if we started at 6, I'd gladly sign up to do a bunch of games. We're starting at 4:30, 5 o'clock. Can't make it.
Well, this conversation went exactly as I intended. So, again,
Nice win.
Really happy for the Cardinals. Bryn, you pitched really well. Sid, you hit the ball well. Reagan, Sadie, great team effort. I'm really proud of you. That was really fun last night. I look forward to next week. So,
How long is your post game get together? Because you win or lose, and you always pull the kids over,
Yeah.
grab a knee.
Yeah.
How long are you talking? What are you saying?
I try to keep it very brief because, as you know, I can be very long-winded.
Yes,
We
it's
did
true.
do something. So we have not had great weather up here. And so we did not have a single practice before the first game, which is crazy and less than ideal since I met some of our new players at the game last night for the first time.
That's kind of on coaching, though. You have to find.
It's
time
not up to
practice.
I don't control the schedule. I would love.
You
I
got to
wish
go
I
find
did.
fields. You got to go find a field,
okay.
Jason. There's plenty of parks up in Green Bay. You don't need to have it like perfectly manicured. Just go find a field and get them out there throwing.
I couldn't agree with you more. I don't know if again I can talk to David Gruber about liability and such, but they don't give us free rein to just schedule practices willy-nilly wherever we may choose. Because yes, I would have much preferred.
Yeah. Find a field.
Okay.
A park.
Okay. Anyway, good win for a team that did not have a single practice. But what I like to do at the end of practice, and feel free to steal this. Another coach did this, and it really pissed me off, and I wanted to do it differently because I believe in the value of team connectivity. So at the end of practice, everybody's obviously been loosened up. You put the bucket that holds the balls at home plate. And then they stand behind second base as if they're the relay person. And if you can make the throw from behind second base and into the bucket at home plate. Now, the way this previous coach did it, which I thought was terrible and created ill will, was if you put the ball in the bucket, you got ice cream individually. And my belief is that it is a great opportunity to get everybody cheering for each other. So if someone gets the ball in the bucket, you win ice cream for everyone. And so since we hadn't had a practice, that's what we did after our win last night. We did that, and Aaliyah got the ball in the bucket, so she won ice cream for everyone that I'll have to bring on Monday. So I'm really excited. Thank you for the opportunity to tell my story. Let's get to the news. And that was made.
That's a fun way, and you definitely want to do it that way. If you beat the snot out of me, and then I see the opposing team yucking it up, throwing balls at buckets after the game, I'm not real happy with
They were already gone. The field was clear. We were the last game of the night, so we weren't rubbing it in. And
it feels a little rubby-in-ish, but okay, I'll take your word for it.
Yeah. And then there was another team that practiced afterward. If I'd have known that, I would have had them stay in practice since we hadn't had one. All right. Yesterday on this very program, Mike Tannenbaum, at Tausch's behest, joined us. I am fascinated by, this is a little bit on a smaller scale. This is the Eli Manning, Aaron Rodgers thing, right? Like something is said on some show, and within the echo chamber of sports commentary, suddenly it's everywhere. Now, this did not go quite to the degree of everyone debating Eli Manning's career. But it got out there, including on Unsportsmanlike this morning on ESPN. But Mike Tannenbaum said that if he was Jordan Love, he would play it out. Here is the clip from yesterday's show right here on this program right here.
In terms of the number, if I was him, I'd play it out this year and walk in and say, hey, I want that number to start with a 6 next year. Because, again, given his age and his ability, I think time's on his side. So I don't think if I'm Jordan Love, I'm in a rush to get anything done.
You can hear Tausch whistle in surprise in the background there if you're listening carefully. I don't want to be as blunt as Chewy was today because Mike is awesome and we really like him. If Jordan Love does this, I think, as Chewy put it, that's stupid. Because the risk involved and the differential between what he is going to get paid and what he will get paid this year if he risks it is so vast, so monumental, that I don't think the juice is worth the squeeze after having more time to think about this. Like, let's just say and I think it will be more, but let's just say they give him the exact same contract the Detroit Lions gave to Jared Goff. Is it really worth risking a shoulder injury that you're still playing through? Because that's the example that Chewy gave of Baker Mayfield, who had a pretty darn good season in Cleveland, then got hurt and was not the same player. Is it worth risking that when even if you got the low ball Lions offer of $170 million guaranteed, that you play for $11 million this year and take that chance? I'm not on board with that, but I think the point that Mike Tannenbaum made was a really good one. I just don't think that's too much of a risk for my take.
It is a monster risk, but again, it comes down to how much you value your own play and if it's important to you to reset the market. If I'm Jordan Love, I'm not worried about any of that. Now, if I'm Patrick Mahomes or Joe Burrow or someone that's been around and, by the way, has made $150 million already,
yes,
yeah, I get it. And I think Mike Tannenbaum's point is, if this is what Jordan Love wants to do, that's an opportunity for him to completely reset this marketplace in a new way, because that's how you gain leverage. Right now, the Packers have all the leverage. I didn't think we'd be back leverage talk, but
love leverage.
This is where you're at, and the Packers know that. The only way players gain leverage is A, by being really great, and B, by putting the Packers or their prospective NFL team in a position where they have to pay you what the going market rate is in free agency and have other teams bid it up. That's how it works. And as a quarterback with a franchise tag available to him, Jordan Love is not going to see that for 3 years anyways. So, yeah, you're taking the risk. The Packers will 100% tag you next year. So I agree with you. That's why I spit my coffee out and whistled, because it's, whoa. Hadn't heard anybody say that, because I think Jordan's going to sign it, and I think the Packers are going to be in that Jared Goff range. And for $7 million a year over 5, it's $35-40 million. That's a lot of money. Is it worth not having 150, 160? Everybody that's not doing it will talk big and say that's what they should do. But also, let's keep in mind, in 3 years, when Jordan Love's making $53 million and Caleb Williams signs for $68, just remember these conversations, because these are decisions you make that end up down the road saying, well, Aaron Rodgers a couple years ago, before he signed his deal, same thing. But if you're great enough, they're going to do it, just like the Chiefs redid Patrick Mahomes' deal. They could have said, tough luck. You signed a 10-year contract at $38 million a year. Tough luck. But then you're going to piss Patrick Mahomes off, and you probably don't have those championships. The last one, because Patrick Mahomes is like, well, blank you. You're not. I do all this, and you're. That's the interesting part of it.
All right, we will. I want to hear how Evan Cohen and Michelle Schmalman and Chris Canty reacted to that on Unsportsmanlike. We'll hear that coming up next after we hear Tausch tell us about everything that Gina Della and Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin have got going on, even with really old homes.
Yeah, if you have an older home, you need new windows. Well, the way they did things a century ago, it's a little different than you do it today. So give Pella a call today, tomorrow, but let's get Pella on the horn. Their team of experts can customize windows and doors that match architecture from any era. It really doesn't matter what kind of home you live in. Just get it upgraded. And if you order today from Pella, get 0% interest for up to 48 months. Certain restrictions do apply. This offer does end at the end of this month. Visit PellaWI.com today to get your journey started.
I still want to explore further at some point today the idea of getting Jesse back behind the plate. I know that was not my intent when I brought up our big softball W, but now I want to see that happen. What do we have? What do we have to do?
Just wait. What happened in the W last night? What happened? Big game? Somebody have a big game in the W?
Oh, yeah, the W, yeah. No, people were just lazy. And apparently some creepy guy went to the Chicago Skies Hotel and accosted the person who knocked Caitlin Clark down. That's the latest news from the Dub. Well, how about the Dub? Wouldn't that be better? Or is that even more lazy for you? We will talk about what they said on Unsportsmanlike. Yeah, next, it's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella today, 855-PELLA-WI, and online at PellaWI.com/radio.
Many people with unique homes reach out to Pella because our team of experts can customize windows and doors that match architecture from any era.
I love that I have a home that's 100 years old. It's a historic district, and we didn't want to ruin the look by having modern windows in an older home. When I found out that Pella had an architecturally accurate product line, they simply guided us and helped us to make a great decision for our home.
Order today and get 0% interest for up to 48 months at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
Certain restrictions apply at 6/30/2024.
You're back at the gym. Your new gym outfit? On point. Your new sneakers? Baller. You've got this. Just like Associated Bank's got you with Access Checking. It's maintenance fee-free with no minimum balance requirements. So when you take your first yoga class in 10 months, your body might surprise you, but your checking account won't. You've got this with Access Checking from Associated Bank. See associatedbank.com/checking or ask a banker for details. Member FDIC.
Hey, it's Alex Stroh. Stay in the know on area high school sports and follow ESPN Madison on Twitter for Prep Mania on Deck, each week's preview of the top games and events. Prep Mania on Deck is brought to you by Zimbrick Honda, a proud supporter of high school sports and local communities.
How much does it cost to talk to Gruber Law Offices after a serious crash? It's free. Yes, free. As in it won't cost you anything to speak with us. Not sure if you have a case? Call our team at Gruber Law Offices today. Your first call and your first consultation are always free. And you'll never pay us a fee until we win your case. If you've been seriously injured, call Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
You're probably being overwhelmed with information about semaglutide, the game-changing FDA-approved weight loss treatment. Jim Rutledge here. I was like you. I didn't know what it was until I saw Dr. Nestor Rodriguez at Carbon World Health. He can walk you through the benefits. He can tell you if it's right for you, and then you could come up with a plan to change your life with a workout plan and semaglutide. With that plan, I dropped from 20% body fat to 10% body fat, and I dropped over 20 pounds of fat and kept my muscle. You can do the same thing. Go see Dr. Nestor Rodriguez at Carbon World Health.
ESPN Wisconsin's Mark Tauscher here for my friends at Kohler Services. If you need a bath or shower remodel, turn to Kohler Services. Family owned for 150 years, Kohler is your Wisconsin manufacturer providing care for life. And this month only, get 0% interest for 12 months on your Lugstone shower remodel. Visit KohlerServicesWI.com to request your free quote. With fast, professional installation always included. That's KohlerServicesWI.com.
Here's to experiencing it all this summer in Wisconsin. Every deliciously cheesy, rockin', magical, fireworks-filled, festival-loving moment. There's Cheese Curd Fest in Ellsworth, Strawberry Fest in Cedarburg, Festival of the Arts in Stevens Point, and the Renaissance Fair in Bristol, Honor the Earth Powwow in Hayward, Mile of Music in Appleton, Venetian Fest, Bratfest, Summerfest. So many fests for your whole crew. Find them all at TravelWisconsin.com. Sponsored by Travel Wisconsin.
Play where the Badgers play and enjoy a round at University Ridge Golf Course, the official course of the University of Wisconsin and host of the annual AmFam Championship. It's easy to see why University Ridge is consistently rated among the best public courses in Wisconsin. Whether it's a tournament, a corporate event, or just a golf outing with family and friends, University Ridge will make sure that you have an enjoyable golf experience from start to finish. Book your tee time today at universityridge.com. That's universityridge.com.
For official rules and more information about every contest on 100.5 ESPN, visit ESPNWisconsinContests.com. That's ESPNWisconsinContests.com. You're listening to 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN app.
We're on Wisconsin sports like never before.
Sharing the love that all of us have for volleyball with everyone else is one of my favorite things.
The new home for Wisconsin Badgers volleyball, 100.5 ESPN.
Before we talk to Evan Cohen of Unsportsmanlike, let's hear how Unsportsmanlike took what Mike Tannenbaum said on this program yesterday and discussed it on their program. Here it is.
If Jared Goff's making 53, years into his career, if Tua somehow is going to make even more than that, is a Jordan Love contract after his second year as a full-time starter, assuming he has a good year, which I think everybody is assuming that, starting with the number 6 that impossible?
No, it's not. And here's what I would say. If you're the Green Bay Packers, it behooves you to do this deal sooner rather than later, right? At least that gives you the 2024 season to utilize as an extra year on that contract. So instead of it being a brand new deal, you get to make it an extension and you get to add a year at controllable cost, right? Because Jordan Love this upcoming season, from a cash basis, you're talking about the guys making $10.5 million. So if you have an opportunity to sign him to an extension, rope in a little bit of that money this year as opposed to having it all hit on your salary cap starting next year, it just makes the most sense. Now, as far as where the quarterback market is going, yeah, that's going to be the new way of the world, especially with Dak Prescott scheduled to get a brand new contract next offseason and the Dallas Cowboys seemingly not wanting to address that this year. I think if you're the Green Bay Packers, you try to get ahead of the curve. You try to get ahead of those new prospective deals that are going to be coming, and you do it now as opposed to waiting until later where we all know it's going to be more expensive.
He's right about everything he said there from the team's perspective. Yeah. Chris Canty's 100%
It was really,
right.
Yeah, Canty hit the nail on the head. As I've been saying for 2 months, don't Dak Prescott, don't Kirk Cousins it.
Yeah.
Not where we want to be. You're paying premium prices. Now, the Packers have to take on a little more risk. Jordan Love has to give up a little upside. That's what you call a win-win in this scenario. So, from Green Bay's standpoint, don't Dak it. Don't Cousin it. Don't make – you want to be a great partner, which is what being a quarterback is with the – you don't need to be hostile. You know, the arbitration and the stuff you hear in baseball and guys fighting over $500K. It ain't worth it, man. Your revenues are popping. You're making money hand over foot. You got to pay the price. The price is $53 million minimum. If that's where you get him at, you should be pleased as punch. If you get a 5-year deal and it's around $53 million a year, and Jordan Love is a great player like we all think he's going to be, you're going to be in 2 or 3 years saying we need to give him more. That's going to be the goal. Championship, the Patrick Mahomes. That's where we should be. If you're going to fight over this and not get something done, and I think your window is probably before the Eagles game. If nothing gets done there, then if I'm Jordan Love, then maybe things do get a little more contentious. And then maybe things do, like Justin Jefferson, where it was, we'll give you $28 million. And he almost signs it, and he goes, you know what, man, no, I need more. And he did.
Right?
You have this window. This Pella window is right there for the Packers and Jordan to work it out, where both sides still a little unknown, still a little, I don't know. Okay, this is where you finish this thing off, hopefully right around the time guys report July 22nd.
That sounded a little bit like the Wedding Crashers negotiation there. Was that what you were going for? Did I read that correctly? You give a little, she gives a little. That's what it felt like. All right, I want to hear what Evan has to say because he's got the national perspective, and he talks about plenty of other quarterback contracts. He mentioned Tua in that clip. I'm curious to see where his number is. There's more evidence for him, but not all of it's positive. Right now, for Jordan Love, the way he's trending, there's nothing but positivity feelings about where he's at. We'll talk about that with Evan when he joins us next. Want to remind you that our friends at Steinhafels, and they really are our friends, Danny and Chad and the whole crew over there, they've been great to us from the very beginning, and we appreciate the partnership. And you will appreciate the luxury of a Stearns & Foster mattress at Steinhafels, featuring layers of premium material beneath a timeless hand-stitched cover. Stearns & Foster mattresses provide the entire family with a luxurious sleep experience. Plus, when you buy one, you'll get $300 in Steinhafels cash. Feel this collection's handcrafted comfort and support at Steinhafels, test-rested, or shop online at steinhafels.com. Evan Cohen of Unsportsmanlike joins us next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
Like, share, and follow ESPN Madison everywhere. Follow us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok for more great content from ESPN Madison. This is 100.5 ESPN and Wisconsin On Demand.
Mark Tauscher here, and when I was on the hunt for a hot tub, I found Patio Pleasures, a locally owned family business. Patio Pleasures has a passion for making your home a place for recovery and relaxation. And that's why I'm excited about my new cold plunge from Patio Pleasures. They only showcase premium recovery and relaxation products, and that's how I know it's going to be great. Gear up for spring and check out Patio Pleasures' 2 incredible showrooms, Madison West and Sun Prairie.
We shopped at Chalmers because my husband wanted to get me a larger diamond in my engagement ring.
The folks at Chalmers said, well, we could just make it like this and we could do these things. Really just basically decided that there wasn't any place else we wanted to shop.
But not only did they create this new engagement ring for me with this gorgeous center stone, they also rehabbed this other ring, and I am beyond pleased.
Her favorite thing to do now is to walk around and show her hands and have people comment on it.
Since J&K Security Solutions opened in 1987, our attention to detail and customer service have been our strongest assets. I'm President Jeffrey Beckman. We'll always do our best to find the most efficient and cost-effective solution to every job we tackle. Whether it's security for your home or business, installing video surveillance, or being able to control your garage doors from your phone, we can help you feel empowered with simple and user-friendly technology. Let's work together to secure your home or business. jksecurity.com.
It's ESPN Wisconsin's Ben Brust for Road America, America's National Park of Speed. Make the most out of your summer at Road America, located conveniently between Green Bay, Milwaukee, and Madison in Elkhart Lake. Come see a race at the legendary 4-mile, 14-turn road course, camp on site all weekend, and enjoy free admission for kids 16 and under with a paying adult at the gate. Make sure you get tickets for the NTT IndyCar Series race at Road America June 6th through the 9th. Come for the experience and stay for the race. Get your tickets at roadamerica.com.
Great Dane Pub and Brewing Company is a Madison original, brewing award-winning craft beers for nearly 30 years. Whether you're a fan of Pilsners, IPAs, stouts, or sours, the Danes team of brewers always have something new on tap. Or if you're in the mood for a classic, enjoy the German Pilsner or Crop Circle Wheat. For a full tap list, head to one of their locations in Fitchburg, Hilldale, downtown, or East Madison, or visit GreatDanePub.com. Great Dane Pub and Brewing Company, Madison's original brew pub since 1994.
Join the fun and friends of Madison School and Community Recreation for the 20th annual Four Friends Golf Outing, Wednesday, July 17th at the Oaks Golf Course. Jesse Nelson here. Since 2003, the Friends of MSCR has raised over $500,000 to fund new programming, equipment, fee assistance, staff development, and more. You can support accessible recreation in Madison through sponsorship or by signing up for a foursome. Head to mscr.org/golf for more information and to register today.
Since 1961, Stoughton Trailers has been a family-owned and operated business with 3 generations calling Stoughton home for over 60 years. To continue their growth and support for their local community, Stoughton Trailers is building a new corporate headquarters right here in Stoughton. This new HQ is designed to promote the physical, mental, and business health of Stoughton Trailers and its employees. Stoughton Trailers, looking forward to the limitless possibilities that lie ahead. Stoughton Trailers, the best is yet to come.
Derek Jeter for American Family Insurance.
Life's better when you're under the American Family Insurance roof because they'll help protect your family's dreams. Whether it's a kid like me aiming for the big leagues, future rocket scientist, we have liftoff, or a budding prima ballerina, you can count on an American Family Insurance agent to help you dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Wisconsin's all-time sack leader is finally a Hall of Famer.
Sala led the Big Ten, always revved up to come off that corner.
Congratulations to ESPN Madison's Tarek Sala, proud member of the UW Athletic Hall of Fame class of 2024.
So I saw this yesterday. Evan Cohen of Unsportsmanlike is doing that program from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studios at the Avenue.
Yeah, he didn't even let me know that he's going to be in the state. Anytime I come anywhere near his state, I let him know. Hey, I'm in Florida.
Florida
drive
Panhandle.
across the Panhandle
Sure.
and come hang out. But he comes like, an hour at most? We could have met at Lac La Belle. We could have played a round of golf. Could have went to Tornado. And I don't even know he's here. I got to find out by watching my favorite morning show on ESPN National that my old buddy is in the state of Wisconsin. I think that's a slap in the face. That's what I
sound
feel.
like such good friends.
And he's not
Hi,
looking as
Evan.
tan either. He's not.
You know
quite
what's
as tan
amazing
as
about
he
this? I love how Tausch says, anytime I'm in Florida, I let you know. I don't live in Florida. I live in New York. So, I mean, yes, could I have let you know? Yes. The reason I am here, I love the state of Wisconsin. I think you guys know that. I'm a UW-Madison grad. The reason I'm here is specifically for meetings that I have to be a part of, and I get to be a part of yesterday and today. And so there was no time for me to do anything else other than the show and meetings. And we know I can't afford the talent fee to get Tausch to move out of Madison to bring him to Milwaukee, so I didn't do anything. I mean, what do you want me to do?
That's fair.
You're not going to deny that one, Tausch.
Hey, so you didn't have dinner in Milwaukee last night? You could have said, "Hey, old T, we're having dinner." No dinner last night?
Just ate a cousin sub during the meeting?
No, we had a meetings. That was a group meeting, and I don't think it was my place to invite you to that group meeting.
Okay. What a
I'm
slap
just saying.
across the face. All right.
Yeah, no, I agree.
I get it.
Snap.
So, Evan, before we get into the Jordan Love talk, and I thought Chris Canty hit the nail on the head, like he does quite often on your show.
I agree.
What's the deal with this cheering thing? Because I want to just get my understanding of when people, because I think this idea of Jumbotron shows, like for KD in Brooklyn, was a joke. Kyrie and like, what are we doing? But this whole idea, like, you can't give Reese Hoskins a standing ovation when he gave you 10 years of his life in Philly. What's your stance on this? Just to make sure I get it correct.
Well, you can give him a standing ovation. My stance is as follows. So I think there has to be a separation between player and person. So what I said the other day when Reese Hoskins of the Brewers went back to Philadelphia is that the Philadelphia fans should absolutely give a standing ovation to the person. He spent time there. Now, how do you differentiate the two is what everyone is thinking when I'm saying this. You differentiate the two by giving him a standing ovation before he takes his first at-bat. In essence, he has yet to enter the game. When he takes his first at-bat, you then, at your job as a fan of the Phillies in this case, is not to boo him, but is to stay neutral. What you cannot do is when he's up at bat down 3-0 and he hits a home run, that you give him a standing ovation when he hits a home run against your team. So for example, if and maybe when Aaron Rodgers returns to Lambeau, when the PA guy or gal says, number 8 New York Jets, Aaron Rodgers, let's give him a warm welcome back here in Green Bay. Give him a standing ovation if you want. If he throws a touchdown in the game to Garrett Wilson, you cannot cheer for Aaron Rodgers. That's ridiculous. You're not then a Packers fan. I'm not suggesting a boo him. I'm just suggesting cheer before he takes the field. That's it. Cheer when he's introduced. Don't cheer an accomplishment that actually hurts your team. I don't think that's that hot of a take.
Well,
my question is, what do you need to have accomplished to get a Jumbotron?
That's different. The video tribute one is a fascinating one, right? Because that's like, so if Patrick Beverly goes to another team next year, do the Bucks do a video tribute for Patrick Beverly? I mean, it's ridiculous. Tim Legler and I, when we would host together on NBA Radio back in the day, we would play a game, like our last segment. If it was a matchup between two teams, we would then do who gets the fake video tribute. And it would be like a guy that literally played like half a season and 7. Like, does Jonte Porter get a video tribute with the Raptors? The guy who's busted for a gambling scandal if he ever gets back in the NBA and he plays at Toronto? You know, so some of these, right. But some of these are utterly ridiculous. I agree with you, Tausch. I think those are not the same conversations, though. Those are different.
I would say that P.J. Tucker, I don't know if he got one.
No, he won a championship, Jason. Yeah, that's different.
One.
Yeah, that's different.
So you established you do not live in Florida. You live in New York.
Yeah.
My question is, do you live in the
Is
real
that what the
world?
IRS knows too? Just
No.
for the record, I just want to make sure.
Yeah, because I
IRS
don't
know
have
that, too?
residency. I don't have. I was emailing with my accountant the other day. Do I live in the real world?
Yeah,
What do you
thanks for
mean
stopping on my
specifically?
question. Yeah, because how on earth are you going to enact the Evan Cohen? Because I really like the idea. I heard it originally. I think it's great. Unfortunately, we have people like Jesse in our midst who, while not literally
You could have just
looking-
ended it there. You didn't have to give any qualifier. Unfortunately, we have people like Jesse in our midst.
Wow.
You could have ended it there, Jason.
But I
Boy,
didn't.
Evan's throwing bullets today.
His hatred of Craig Counsell, I don't think there is a boundary between person and player and manager. So
Okay, wait, Jason.
Even
Let me ask you a
though,
question on
Jason,
that,
even though before
Wait, I just
Jesse has
interrupted
said many
Jason,
times,
interrupting Tausch, interrupting
and
me
Evan.
now. Go ahead.
But the character talk when Jesse thinks all of our sports people are just characters in a TV show.
Right, not real
so
people.
There is no person. There is no athlete. It's a TV. It's J.R. Ewing and it's Jennifer Aniston. It's just like whatever. I guess it'd be
What
Rachel.
a recent reference you just made with J.R. Ewing. A Who Shot
makes it a
J.R.
lot.
reference?
He makes it a lot.
You'd be
I
surprised.
mean, Tausch, can we update it a little bit? Even Jennifer
Okay,
Aniston
well, if you-
is
hey,
a little bit
hey, if you-
outdated relative to the reference, not the person or the actress.
If you want to help me, what I've tried to say with the number one wideout is, do you want a J.R. Ewing who the show can't go on if they're gone, or the ensemble cast of Friends? So, yeah, if you have somebody better than J.R. Ewing, I am open to updating it, but I can't find one because without him, the show literally was shut down right after he passed away. So
Understood.
help me out.
No, I want to go back to the original point, though, actually. So the Craig Counsell one is interesting because he left in a way that obviously has Brewers fans unbelievably upset. I guess what I'm saying is, if given the choice between every time you see Craig Counsell at a Brewers game managing for the Cubs against the Brewers, you can either do one of two things, which is cheer or boo. My lean would be you should boo. My real answer is just be neutral in that regard, because there is a level of appreciation that retroactively you would have, just like in this case with Rhys Hoskins or with Aaron Rodgers, right? I think that more Packers fans than not probably are not fans of Rodgers right now. I am not a fan. I can't ignore a man that won a Super Bowl, won 4 MVPs, and is going to be a first ballot, should be unanimous Hall of Famer. So the moment he comes back to Green Bay, give him a standing ovation before the game, and during the game, neutral. But if you as a Packer fan out there cheer him during the game, that's a joke. Jason, I understand what you're saying. I don't live in the real world relative to enacting this. I don't believe that Packers fans are going to not boo Aaron Rodgers. I'm okay with them booing him more than I'm okay with them cheering him.
Yeah, I don't know at this point how many would politely cheer for a touchdown pass at Lambeau Field for the Jets anyway. Like I don't.
Zero.
I'm not concerned about that. I just think that the vitriol level in sports in general is very high, and I loved your idea. I just, like I said, the enacting of it seems unlikely.
Yeah, of course.
Among the mob mentality in the stands. Speaking of Aaron Rodgers being a first ballot Hall of Famer, are you in this Eli Manning over Aaron Rodgers club that that has taken on a life of its own? It would appear.
I am, because of this reason. Now, let me preface it. Anyone that says that Eli Manning is a better quarterback than Aaron Rodgers is nuts. The question was about whose career would you rather have, right? That's what the question is. So Aaron Rodgers is by far a better quarterback than Eli Manning. Here's what I would ask in return. Would Aaron Rodgers trade 4 MVPs right now for another Super Bowl win?
Yep.
Yeah. I think he might.
So then that's the answer. Done. Next. Because Eli would not trade another.
So would Dan Marino
Super Bowl.
trade his career with Joe Flacco?
No, those aren't comps. You have to compare Hall of Famers. Don't do that,
Dan
Tausch.
Marino has no championship with
Don't
great
do that,
stats.
Tausch.
Joe Flacco.
Okay, it's ridiculous.
No, I'm just
That's
asking.
ridiculous. No, but it's
not.
ridiculous.
It's not.
That's like when people say it is, because that's like when people say, "Oh, so you're saying Trent Dilfer had a better career than Dan Marino?" No. What I'm saying is, once you enter into that building in Canton, Once you are a Hall of Famer, you then can be compared to the other people in there. You can't be compared to people out of there. So Eli Manning and Aaron Rodgers are going to be Hall of Famers, so I can compare them to each other. Joe Flacco is not. No, Joe Flacco had a chance if he actually went on a run last year with the Browns, but Joe Flacco is not going to be a Hall of Famer. So no, you can't say it that way. That's ridiculous. That's the worst take you've had in all of the months that I've been on with you guys. I want to point that out. So yeah, it is.
Definitely.
Which one of your takes has been worse?
It's hard to choose.
I've had worse. I had something with croquet and golf just this week that probably is worse.
J.R. Ewing called. He thought that was a great take.
Wait, so you want to know, let's go back to that now. So you want to know a better, more recent example of a TV show in which a lead character then left the show and the show completely failed.
If they took that person off, the show would not go on. Yeah.
Did Steve Carell leave the office early or no?
The Office, the show went on. Wasn't any good.
Jerry off of Seinfeld. I'm not. Jerry's had a rough run in my mind recently. I don't understand what the hell he's doing. But if you took Jerry off of Seinfeld, that's not a show.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know about that.
You think that Seinfeld could exist without Seinfeld?
I still would have watched.
I mean,
I think I would have watched.
Do you think a cheeseburger could exist without the burger? Isn't that just grilled cheese?
Do you understand?
It's different.
So, Mr. Seinfeld on that show was a whole different character. So, do I think Seinfeld was critical to the show? Obviously, he was. The show would have went on, I believe, if Jerry Seinfeld something happened. I do believe. Larry David
favorite
could have
show
stepped in for Jerry Seinfeld.
Okay, Curb without Larry David cannot happen. There you go.
I agree with that.
Because as funny as JB Smoove is, he's funny off of Larry David, right? As funny as Jeff Garlin or Susie Essman, they're funny off of Larry David. I think that's kind of how we would have to look at it. So maybe that's more
Larry David
more
on
recent.
Curb is a good example.
Thank you.
Good example. Yeah.
Right. So you couldn't come up with that yourself. You still have to refer back to the 70s. With J.R. Ewing.
J.R. Ewing. Yes, J.R. Ewing is the epitome of that cat ran that show. Yes. MacGyver.
But again, how many people that are listening actually have seen? I've never seen an episode. I've never seen an episode of Dallas. I'm too young for it.
Great show. You'd love it.
In fairness,
you want me to go back to watch now?
Your first example was Seinfeld.
I actually do.
Evan,
yes, I think that'd be fun for you.
Seinfeld
well, we
got
to Curb, right? But we got to Curb Your Enthusiasm, Jesse. We got to a place.
TV shows
I thought Jason killed you
man.
off. You're still here.
Hey, TV shows are dead. Let's be honest about that. The idea of running an 8-year run on TV shows is dead. It's over. Not happening.
How do you make the blanket statement that TV shows are dead?
It's not going to happen.
When we have a million streaming networks that present TV shows.
How many have had 8 years of episodes?
How many current TV shows are on
How many have run 8
seasons?
seasons?
Probably a lot. What do you mean?
Not that have started since 2015. No, they haven't. It's not the era. It's done. It's over.
I guarantee there's way many than you realize. Guarantee.
All right, go ahead. Tell me who it is.
Josh will look it up. Jesse, we know, is very busy doing nothing. Josh, look up how many.
So I know you're
TV
a busy guy with
2015.
busy meetings and big things ahead of you at ESPN Milwaukee.
Have you guys
today.
ever considered doing like a weekly podcast, just the two of you, where you yell at each other the whole
Who
time?
would listen to that? I wouldn't listen to him.
I don't know.
He wouldn't listen to me.
I'm doing it right now.
So, Evan, Tannenbaum joined us yesterday. You guys ran with it. We talked about Canty. How would you do it if it was Evan Cohen and you had, this opportunity to be reset the market or secure generational wealth for your family? How do you go about that? Because that's what Mike Tannenbaum was kind of talking about yesterday.
Yeah, I'm glad you just said it. Right. I'm glad you said it the way you just said it about generational wealth. So let's be real about something here that is tough for average everyday people to listen to and even us to listen to. What Jordan Love has is ridiculous money, but not generational wealth. Right? Mm-hmm. Jordan Love is at a point right now where he can do almost everything he wants to do without thinking about how much it costs. His next contract will give him the opportunity to do literally anything he wants, anywhere in the world, as many times as he wants, without ever thinking about how much it costs. Mm-hmm. Right? Mm-hmm. He's one contract away from that. He's also had only 1 year that is great in the NFL because that's the only year he's been given the opportunity to do so. So what I would do is different than what I would argue he should do. I don't have the ability to do the holdout. I wouldn't be good with that, right? I wouldn't have the mental fortitude to be able to say, I don't care that you're paying me $10.5 million. I'm not going to play until you pay me $50 million. I wouldn't be able to do that. But I do believe there is an argument that he could do that. Now, that is actually, in a weird way, not betting on yourself. That is actually protecting yourself just in case you get hurt. And he seems like a bet on himself kind of guy. But that is just in case you get hurt, if you have a bad season. From the Packers' perspective, I think it's very tricky because they have hedged their bets all throughout this process with Jordan Love, and I think they've handled it perfectly up until right this moment. I think they have to find a middle ground to get it done now. I don't think they can get it done after next year. That's going to help the team.
I think the big thing and we've been saying this or at least I have been, don't do what the Washington football team did with Kirk Cousins and with Dak Prescott. It is not
year by year.
It's not sustainable. Year by year, he is your guy and you're going to pay him the market rate, or he's not.
Yep.
And Dallas fought it forever, reluctantly, and now Dak has
I think they made a colossal mistake in Dallas.
I do too. That's my point.
Yeah. But Dak, here's the thing that's interesting. Dak has more on the resume than Jordan Love does. That's not an insult to Jordan Love. That's just a fact. Right? And they probably have not many, in terms of years ahead of them, does Jordan Love have so many more years than Dak? Maybe, but not definitely. The number I threw out today, would both parties accept a 4-year deal at $56 million annual average value per year? So you get more than the current rate now, but it's less than the 60+ he may get after next year. Do both parties do that? Because in essence, it's what?
Jordan Love does in a heartbeat.
Yeah. He does?
I don't think the Packers want to go there.
So they still don't know if he's 100% of what they think he.
I think they want to get him for probably low 50s would be my guess. That's probably where this.
Okay, so if they said to him right now, they said we are going to give you Jared Goff's exact contract. Where you're not going to beat it, Jordan. We're going to give you the exact contract. And your annual average value, see, this is what I assume Love's camp is looking at this as a 5-year deal and not a 4-year because they're probably lowering the annual average value, factoring in 10.5 from this year.
Right, this year. Correct. Yep.
So,
look, your point
the Packers do that deal tomorrow. That's where I think that's probably about where they're going to end up landing if I was betting.
So that makes him the highest paid quarterback in the league if it averages $56 million per year.
Correct.
That puts him ahead of Joe Burrow, exactly. I just wanted to make sure everyone knew that.
Yeah, that was really profound. Good job.
Yeah, well, you didn't look that up.
No, I knew it, but
60.
You didn't say that's why when Tannenbaum said that, the 60, we spit out our coffee because it's like, whoa. But
and you did have a good reaction. Did Jesse make that into a GIF or anything like that? Because that was a really good reaction visually.
I'm sure and Jesse probably did. Yeah.
Working on it after the Netflix shows.
What?
I got a list of the Tier 1 longest-running Netflix shows, and to Tausch's point, none of them are over 8 seasons.
They're not going to be 8 years. It's over, man.
Great
8 years or 8 seasons?
Well,
that's different.
8 seasons.
Because we've got, Stranger Things, they only have a 5th season coming up, but it's been going for up on 8 years now, just with breaks in between. Orange is the New
Ted
Black.
Lasso was the biggest hit ever,
3
and it was
seasons.
a 4 or 5 season deal.
3.
No, 3.
Whatever, yeah. That's my point. It's, hey, burn it out. Let's go. It's done. Let's move on to the next.
One of my favorite shows, which there's no chance any of you watch, is Power on Starz. And Power's had 5 or 6 seasons and then multiple spin-offs off of it. It has had a tremendous amount of reps on
Why would you preface that by saying none of you guys would watch? What is it, too intellectually stimulating? Why wouldn't we like it? Well, why wouldn't we watch it then?
I don't think you guys are Power guys. I don't think you would like Power. I don't think it's your style of show.
Okay.
What do you want me to say?
I don't know what Power is, but what
exactly? It's a show on Starz.
Great. Okay.
Tausch doesn't have. I thought maybe it was on. I thought maybe it was on Peacock
today, man. I ain't watching Peacock. I'm done.
Yes, we've established.
You're boycotting Peacock until Peacock wants to be an advertising partner.
More importantly, until the Packers open the season on Peacock, and Tausch will be watching it at a friend's house or at a bar or something to be able to watch the game. Evan, we know you got some high-level meetings that Tausch is not invited
I do, actually.
to.
Yeah,
so
that's true.
We will let you go. We look forward.
Both are true.
Did you?
Nobody's arguing that.
So when you're in Milwaukee instead of on set, you've told us, because you've been very transparent about how they make you look good on television. Do you have?
I never said they make me look good. They make me up.
They try to make you look good.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you have someone who paints your hair or spray tans you when you're
very
on the road?
good question. I'm sorry, what was that slip-in you just had? I do not spray tan, Jason. I heard that slip-in. So before I got here, I got a haircut. My wife did my hair, and I brought makeup with me, yeah.
Do it yourself?
No, Josh DiMaggio does it for me in the morning.
He does not.
Yeah, I sit there in a chair and Josh does it. Before Jen gave
You
it to
need
me.
the video. That needs to be its own little deal. DiMaggio sitting there face to face. Lift your head up a little bit. We have to put some rouge on your cheeks.
I've never looked better.
God.
Josh is his second career.
Couldn't agree with you more. Evan, we appreciate you. Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Josh DiMaggio, makeup artist. We'll explore that further next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This weekend on ESPN Radio, Shohei Mookie Betts and the LA Dodgers face Juan Soto, Aaron Judge, and the New York Yankees. Coverage begins Saturday at 7 Eastern on ESPN Radio and on the ESPN app. Presented by Progressive Insurance.
What's on Tap? Brought to you by Miller Lite, the original light beer. Rooting for the Brew Crew because we're from Milwaukee too. Tastes like Miller time.
Complete your summer style with a Brewers Hawaiian shirt giveaway on July 27th, courtesy of UW Credit Union. The first 30,000 ticketed fans through the gates at the game versus the Marlins will get the Hawaiian shirt. Get tickets at brewers.com/giveaways.
Milwaukee Brewers baseball and Miller Lite.
Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute.
This Badger Minute brought to you by your Badgerland Chevy dealers, proud supporters of Badger Athletics. Go to BadgerlandChevy.com.
With your Badger Minute, I'm Riley Yauk. On Tuesday afternoon, former Badger hockey legend Joe Pavelski announced that he will not be returning to the NHL next season after an illustrious 18 years with the Dallas Stars. The Plover, Wisconsin native has numerous accolades to his name, including, but certainly not limited to, the all-time Badger leader in NHL goals with 476 points with 1,069, and the U.S. record holder with 74 NHL playoff goals.
Order today and get 0% interest for up to 48 months at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Set your free in-home consultation at PellaWI.com.
LabCorp Clinical Trials is changing to a new name, Fortrea. While the name may be different, Fortrea combines decades of great experience and professionalism with new opportunities for clinical trial participation. It's more than a mission and more than a new name. Fortrea is dedicated to moving healthcare forward. To learn more about the future of healthcare and upcoming clinical trials, visit us at FortreaClinicalTrials.com. That's FORTREA clinicaltrials.com.
Many people with unique homes reach out to Pella because our team of experts can customize windows and doors that match architecture from any era.
I love that I have a home that's 100 years old. It's a historic district, and we didn't want to ruin the look by having modern windows in an older home. When I found out that Pella had an architecturally accurate product line, they simply guided us and helped us to make a great decision for our home.
Order today and get 0% interest for up to 48 months at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
Certain restrictions apply in 6/30/2024.
Do you know or work with kids who have special healthcare needs? Help them live their best lives. Contact Wisconsin Wayfinder Children's Resource Network. Our specialists will connect you with services in your area. Wisconsin Wayfinder is free and confidential. Call 877-947-2929 or visit dhs.wi.gov/WISCWAY. Connect today. Sponsored by the Wisconsin Department of Health Services.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer. Our policy is to provide equal opportunity employment, development, and advancement to all current and potential teammates. If you are an organization that maintains a job bank, provides employment information, or gives job referrals, you may request to be placed on the station's mailing list for future career opportunities. To learn more about careers at Good Karma Brands, please email careers@goodkarmabrands.com.
When you're in the right place at the right time, things get done.
The important things, like knowing what you need and how it all works. Talking truck. Fixing it right the first time. At Zimbrick Chevrolet, our people get it done right and now. That's how you know you're in the right place at the right time. And you'll never overpay at Zimbrick Chevrolet.
Wilde and Tausch on 100.5 ESPN is brought to you by Everlight Solar. Save money, save the planet. Everlight Solar.
Thanks again to Evan Cohen. He had to go to his high-level meetings, so we didn't further... Power meetings, yeah. I have not heard of that show, but I don't have Stars. That's like a lower-ranking premium service, right? After like HBO, Cinemax, Showtime, the Movie Channel, right? I think so.
I don't necessarily... I think that you're right on that, yeah.
So, I actually thought that you would have, had we continued the debate, won the argument on the TV show thing. That said, we probably are guilty of very old references, which, as Jesse pointed out, he took some shrapnel. But to use Seinfeld as your updated example of a show after you... Is Evan coming back to that chair, Jesse?
No. That was a mistake, but I feel like there was an effect, actually.
It worked. Yeah, it did.
Actually, it worked. It did.
But Seinfeld has been off the air since, what, 1997? 98?
7 or 8, yeah. I think it was 98.
Which was a long time ago, too. Not as long ago as Dallas went off the air on CBS. But I think what we're finding is, you're right, shows don't last 8 seasons or more anymore, so kudos to you. There's a few that are still on network TV. Law and Order, SVU, the regular Law and Order came back. Grey's Anatomy, which I think is finishing its final season. Is that right?
It should. That thing's been on life support for like 10
And everything else is like reality TV, like The Bachelor and stuff. So, Jesse, that was a really good addition to the conversation, even though I killed you off during it, or was something. So we will move on. Like JR. And then Bobby Ewing in the shower. And no one knows what we're talking about if you're under the age of 45.
Tausch, what's your favorite show that's been released since 2015?
That's a great question. That is
because you were an Ozark guy, and then you bailed on the final.
Yeah, Ozark was good. I don't get caught up. I have... Love is Blind, which is garbage TV, but that's from a Netflix standpoint. Yeah, Below Deck. I'm kind of getting to be done with that too. It's kind of the same old shtick all the time. So I kind of understand. I have changed my viewing habits, just like the TV content people have said. Our attention spans are shorter. We're not interested in character development now. Entertain me, and let's move on to the next thing. That's where we're at in society.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to see the career arc of a Phoebe or a Jennifer Aniston. Now it's just to hell with it. Just do it, be done with it, and let's go on to the next one.
I don't like that though. Like I want more Ted Lasso. 3 seasons wasn't enough for me. That is my favorite show from since 2015 Jesse window that he's bringing up.
I feel like 6 seasons is the wheelhouse of like a really good show. You don't go too long, but it gives you enough where you get multiple years and seasons out of it. Yeah. Like, I feel like 5 or 6 seasons is the place to live.
All right, we will kick off the 10 o'clock hour briefly here. You saw Evan Cohen earlier. He was
breaking down Andy Griffith. Should Opie have had his own show? And did Aunt B actually make pie and put it out?
Yes, we will discuss all those things, or maybe we won't, and
Fonz,
we'll get back to football.
Something. That wasn't Opie's show. That was Fonz. That wasn't about Opie. Happy Days? That show was about Fonz.
Way to update our references.
We're going the wrong way.
Haas from Bonanza. Could he have been an offensive tackle in today's NFL? Now his arms are too short.
He was the Brian Bulaga of old-time television. We will get to the 10 o'clock hour where we will talk actual football. You did see Evan Cohen in the Gruber Offices One Call That's All studios if you're watching on the video stream. And Gruber Offices has been a great partner from the very beginning, and we appreciate that. And if you need that legal advice that you hope you never do because you've been injured in an accident, well, that's the call to make. One call, that's all. 414-276-6666, 414-276-6666, Gruber Offices. One call, that's all. We'll kick off the 10 o'clock hour in 2 minutes, so stick around. It's Wilde and Tausch.
Don't go anywhere. Another hour of Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, is coming up next on ESPN Wisconsin, the ESPN app, and Wisconsin On Demand.
Since 1956, Holman Lindsay Paints has been making paint in Wisconsin for Wisconsin. Because of their commitment to making great paint for Wisconsinites, Holman Lindsay has grown over the years to 26 locations in this great state. Headquarters in Sun Prairie with a state-of-the-art facility, Holman Lindsay has the paint you need to make your job better. From do-it-yourself to professional, Holman Lindsay has paint for everyone. Visit one of their local locations today in Madison, Sun Prairie, Middleton, and Janesville.
Hi, this is former Badger Pro Football Hall of Famer Joe Thomas. You're listening to 100.5 ESPN WTLX Monona, Madison. Good Karma Brands radio station.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio, this is your Metro Kia of Madison Sports Center.
Good morning, Madison and streamers everywhere. I'm Jesse Nelson. Sports Center brought to you by Goodman's Jewelers, the diamond store of Madison for generations. Check them out, 220 State Street, and online at goodmansjewelers.com. Plenty of fallout still continuing from ESPN NFL front office insider Mike Tannenbaum appearing yesterday on Wilde and Tausch right here on 100.5 ESPN when addressing Jordan Love's upcoming contract extension negotiations. Mike Tannenbaum said this.
In terms of the number, if I was him, I'd play it out this year and walk in and say, hey, I want that number to start with a 6 next year. Because, again, given his age and his ability, I think time's on his side. So I don't think if I'm Jordan Love, I'm in a rush to get anything done.
A lot of national attention from that conversation yesterday, including on ESPN Radio's Unsportsmanlike this morning. Catch up on all of it over at ESPNWisconsin.com. That's also where Rob Domofsky has the latest as OTA practice comes to a close this week in Titletown. Mandatory minicamp taking place next week for the Green Bay Packers. NBA Finals coverage tonight on 100.5 ESPN. Dallas Mavericks, Boston Celtics, Game 1. Coverage starts at 6:30, tip at 7:30 on 100.5 ESPN.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com.
The 10 o'clock hour of Wilde and Tausch begins now. And I noticed Jesse, who I always thought Facebook was your little fiefdom, not the X, the Twitter. But which, by the way, I got some notifications. We need to do a better job of replying to people who send us Facebook messages, Jesse. So if that is under your purview, can you get on that for us?
Let's do Facebook Friday, where Jesse gets together the best Facebook messages, and we do a segment on best Facebook messages on air. This isn't hard.
I get notifications because I'm technically an administrator, but I would certainly not step on Jesse's toes and start messing around. But I did because someone raised a very good point. I can't remember who sent the message, but hey, are you guys ever going to update your profile photo, which is the two of us with Jets quarterback Aaron Rodgers at the Tundra Trio, like first year or two we were doing the show?
Where is that even at? That's on Facebook?
Facebook, yes, Facebook. So
Facebook is it still called Facebook?
It
or
is.
They changed that name. I thought it was Meta.
That's
Meta's the parent company.
Parent company, yeah. They also have Instagram, which we have an Instagram account, but Tony Cartagena lost the password, and we can't get into it.
Yep. Nope.
Which is less than ideal.
That's too bad. That's not great.
Not big
so
on
we
the
can't even
gram.
join Threads. But
Threads really took off. Remember, when everybody said that was going to replace X.
Oh boy.
Nice work, guys.
Your guy Elon. So they wanted us to change our photo, and I thought, you know what? That's a good point. So I did. I changed it to the three of us at Fleet Farm. Jesse's wearing the Christmas hat. That was really fun. So I changed it.
That was a good day.
That was a good piece of advice from them. So we appreciate that. So Jesse will do a better job of sending you messages. But this is about X.
Are we all signing up on Facebook Friday? I just want to know before I put in the work for it.
Yeah, I like Facebook Friday. If you're gonna, but then you have to engage and cultivate.
Let's start that
and let this grow.
I don't think we should start that this Friday because tomorrow we're going to be at the AmFam Championship, and I don't think that's ever a good day to.
We could do Messenger Monday.
Meta Monday.
Oh, yeah.
If we could only get into our Instagram account. So. Jesse, I saw the Wilde and Tausch Twitter/X account posted, and I assume it was you, that there was something else that Mike Tannenbaum said that caught your attention beyond the 60, starting with a 6 remark that he made. Let's play that clip and see if it gets the same kind of reaction from Tausch that the 6 number clip did yesterday.
If we were starting a team, guys, obviously we would take Mahomes first, but I don't know who else we would take before Jordan Love second. When you factor in age, ability, upside, I think Justin Herbert would be in that conversation. I don't know who else. That's how good I think Jordan Love is.
So my thought on that, Tausch, is I think he's most likely right. But again, I feel like maybe we are getting a little over our skis on him at this point. Just, I understand those 8 games were really good. They did lose 2 of those, and he did not play well against the Giants. We always sweep that game under the rug because we end up talking about Tommy DeVito and what he was able to do against their crummy defense that night. But I think he's going to be very good. I don't know. To put him in the same sentence with Patrick Mahomes still makes me a little, okay, let's slow our roll a little bit. Am I being too cautious?
Well, the question is, do you believe Jordan Love is going to be more November, December, January, JL, or September, October, Jordan Love? That's really what you're asking. I believe he's going to be more November, December, January Jordan Love. And if you believe that, no, it's not. But you don't have the same sample size data points. But to sit here and say that if I'm the Cincinnati Bengals, and I know this is going to sound crazy, but if you're looking at this long term, under the circumstances you're in right now, would you rather have Jordan Love or Joe Burrow? You're going to say Joe Burrow, but you're going to think long and hard about Joe Burrow busted his wrist. He's got a blown-out wheel. He's had a bunch of stuff that's happened to him. Mm-hmm. Joe Burrow is a cold-blooded, I love Joe Burrow.
You do.
As a quarterback.
I know you do. Mm-hmm.
When he's healthy. Mm-hmm. What he did at LSU. But if you look at this, and this is what Tannenbaum is saying, you have to factor all that in. Jordan Love has been durable. He's small sample size.
But that's the
small
problem.
Sample size,
right? Joe Burrow. I'm not criticizing you. I'm saying that Joe Burrow has had more opportunity to get hurt. Jordan Love could get hurt this year too. He could break his wrist.
Yes, he could.
I hope it doesn't happen. Knock on wood. But this idea, he's more durable than Joe Burrow because he got through one season as a starter, and Joe Burrow got through one season as a starter without getting hurt. Got more than one season without getting hurt. But he has had some issues lately. So, I like the player. I know I talk about how much I like the person, and he and I had a very nice conversation after the group dispersed when I didn't get enough audio for you guys to use because I wasn't asking enough questions. But I do. I think he's a very good player, and I think he will be more November, December, January, Jordan Love than he'll be September, October. But I think he's still going to have some September, October games. I don't think he's going to put together 18 touchdowns, 1 pick over 8 games, and then play another 8 games to get to 16 this season, and have another 18 touchdowns and 1 pick, and be sitting going into the 17th game with 36 touchdowns and 2 picks. I don't think he's going to do that. And that's okay, because that is an impossible standard to put together for 17 games. Not even Rodgers did that in his MVP seasons.
Yeah.
But I agree. He has all kinds of potential. And we have seen glimpses of how great he is.
Yeah, I think you're more skeptical than most of us, and probably because you have seen him more than we have. All we, as fans and from my analyst chair, look at it and say, I'm only looking at what I've seen in games because that's what's available. You saw a process that was less than ideal the first 2 or 3 years of his career as a backup, a guy that didn't suit up for the first season,
right?
And then as somebody that struggled in practice. So you have that in your head, and I think you're just more skeptical of, can you continue to do this? I saw someone that played pretty good, struggled, but fought through and came out looking as one of the top quarterbacks in the NFL. And with his attitude and with the Packers, what they're saying about it and what they're going to do payment-wise, believing that he can be that upper echelon quarterback, that's where I'm at. I am very bullish on Jordan Love moving forward.
And by the way, like, that doesn't make me a non-believer in him. I just skeptical. Have a little bit more. Skeptical is strong, but I'll tell you where I was at with him, and I think most of us were. I still can't believe, even though he was a first-year starter, he threw the final pass he threw last season. I still can't believe he made that mistake, which is crazy, because that's the kind of mistake that a guy of his experience level makes. And by the time we got to that play, I don't know about you, but they got a first down on that drive, if you remember, against the 49ers. They take over with, little under a minute left or around a minute left, and they get their first down. They're at like the 36-yard line. On their way to kicking, possibly, if Anders Carlson makes it, a game-tying field goal and forcing overtime, or going in and scoring and winning the game and being in the NFC title game. The fact that he threw that pick, I was at a point on Jordan Love where I was shocked. I thought he had grown past that already. He committed one of the mortal sins that Tom Clements talks about. I didn't think he was making those anymore. And so, again, I was a believer too, and I am a believer too. I am not a skeptic. If you put me in a category, I am just not as, I don't want to go religious on you, but I am not as fervent of a believer as some other people that might be in the church I grew up in. Put it that way. Like, I'm a believer. I like to think I'm still going to football heaven, but I'm not quite as ardent on Jordan Love as some people are. That's all. I am not a skeptic of him. I'm not. But I do think there are going to be challenges for him this year, and I think we were lulled into oh my God, this guy has really arrived, because he put together a stretch of games, Tausch, that rivaled what Rodgers did during the 2016 run. But even Aaron Rodgers, who we all agree is a first ballot Hall of Famer, didn't put together a lot of those runs over the course of that much game time. He didn't.
You're gonna have ups. You're gonna have ups and downs. I get what you're saying. I think that you're more skeptical than you want to lead on because you don't want to hear the backlash.
No,
that's the vibe.
No. It's not. That's not it. I'm telling you, that's not it. I just want to make sure that my position is clear, because it feels here. I will acknowledge this. It feels like if you express any skepticism, you are put in the skeptic category,
and
the
you don't want to
non-believer
deal
category.
With that.
No,
and you don't want to deal with
it's
that.
Not where I am. It's not where I am. I think he's going to be 4,000 yards, 98 to 102 passer rating, 36 touchdowns, 12 picks. I think he's going to have some games where he really struggles, where a defense is going to have a really good idea of what to do against these guys. That doesn't mean he's going to suck this year. I don't think that at all.
You remember when we had all the discussion, and I should have sent this yesterday. I saw something with the completion percentage by month. And, Jesse, if you can pull that up, I thought it was really interesting. Where his completion percentage went, because, yeah, I know. I hate putting work on you, JN. I don't like doing that.
Okay.
But
where was that?
It was so low, 50%.
Jay,
I think September was like 50.2. It was not good. And we were skeptical because, for as much as you say, well, stats don't matter, it's how you do. In today's NFL, if you're not in the mid to upper 60s, it's going to be really difficult to be successful as a quarterback. I would think this year he needs to start out. We shouldn't see anything close to the 50s. We're talking about money being in the 60s. He needs to be 65, 66 plus for the vast majority of the season. I'm not interested in 57, 58% completion percentage, because while that number is not the end-all, be-all, I think in today's NFL, you need to be 60-something in order to be a successful every down quarterback,
especially in this system.
And that's where you saw the biggest growth from Jordan, and that comes from anticipation and also the receivers and also the protection. But really, it's okay. This is the coverage. I know where I'm going with the football, and the biggest example that I could show you is the Minnesota Vikings games. Because the Minnesota Viking game in Lambeau early in the season was a complete and utter disaster. So much so there was fake cheering, a.k.a. jeering, or yeering, or llama, or yama-ing during the end of the second quarter because you finally got a first down.
Mm-hmm.
And what happened up there on, I think, New Year's Eve?
New Year's Eve.
He was dicing and slicing and had all the answers, and his completion percentage, because those things go hand in hand. When your quarterback's dialed in, he knows where he's going with the football. He anticipates, and you don't have a ton of drops because you can place the football where it needs to be. All of those things got better and better, and that's why I don't think there should be – I have no problem with skepticism. I actually enjoy it. I think – in today's climate, there's not enough of it. I think that's where I feel pretty good that Jordan Love's going to have a really good season.
I think so too. Is he going to win the NFL MVP? This is the kind of nuance that I'm talking about here. But Tannenbaum's quote, I don't think it's outlandish to have said what he did about the idea of starting, if you were starting a franchise today, that you would pick him. He's 25 years old. You saw what he did in the second half of last season. It does feel like, to your point about the social media sports commentary universe, it does feel like if you are one of the people who says, dude only did it for 8 games, you are ostracized to some degree. Yeah, but they were great 8 games. You don't know what you're talking about. And
and you don't want that life. And to my point to you, you don't want that life. You picked against the Packers one time, people gave you grief, and you said, to hell with it, I'm not doing it anymore.
Well, I'm in a different place now. I'm just not on Twitter nearly as much. Thank you, Elon. But my point is that I think there's a space where you can say, look, he still has a lot of room where he has to grow. He is not a finished product, and there are going to be some downs along with the ups. I don't think that that's unreasonable, but they're not. I think we are. It just feels to me like it is more of a foregone conclusion than it should be. That's all. That doesn't mean that I don't believe in him, and that doesn't mean that I'm saying that because I'm afraid of dealing with backlash. What it means is that there are other quarterbacks that you got really excited about that then had some backsliding a little bit. Why is it that Jalen Hurts were able to explain away and say, well, he just wasn't that good to begin with? Look what he did that Super Bowl season. They're in the same draft class.
Fantastic. Yeah.
He wasn't so fantastic last year. So it's not out of the realm of possibility that a guy could be really fantastic and then not be quite as fantastic. That's all. That's all.
Totally agree. Yeah, I mean, listen, Jordan Love could have the same career arc as Jalen Hurts. There's a lot of quarterbacks that have had one good season and fallen off. I don't know if I could say that about the way he played, though, for that extended period of time at that high of a level. Homer, who, again, I disagree with on a lot of stuff, has said don't look at young players at their worst. Look at them at their best. And when Jordan Love is at his best, there was nobody better than him last year when he was at his best.
Right.
There wasn't.
Said that in a question to him. My point is that if you made me choose today, is he more likely to be really, really good or backslide and have us questioning whether he's really as good as we thought he was? I'm going to answer he's more likely to be really, really good. I still think that's the most likely scenario.
So is he more likely to be like Patrick Mahomes or Jalen Hurts? I mean, that's the question you're asking. That is.
Yeah. Patrick Mahomes with 3 Super Bowl titles in 4 years and a bunch of MVPs.
Or Jalen Hurts, and you kind of dropped off. I mean, there's obviously different degrees of that, and Patrick Mahomes' degree is incredibly high.
Correct.
But it's going one of two ways. What do we always say about the NFL and life?
You're either getting better or you're
getting
worse.
You're not staying the same. No, I think that's another Chiliism. I think that might be another Chiliism.
I don't think he was the originator. You, on the other hand, are the originator of pick more, pick less. It's that easy. No, you didn't write that either.
Yeah, and it's the NBA, or it's basketball's championship. I don't know what I can say and what I can't. But there is a big battle tonight, and Old T has jumped in. Tatum, 0.5. That's the projection Prize Picks has for Jason Tatum tonight. 0.5 points. I'm going to go more. I'm not saying it's a guarantee because that's not what I do, but I feel very confident. And then I went with 3 tonight. I put a little 3-piece nug down. I went with Porzingis. Less. I'm nervous about that one.
Bold.
And then they got the big fella, Washington. Rebounds, 4.5. They got to grab 5 boards. Feel really good about that. That's my 3-piece nug tonight. That's my 3-piece. I want you guys to, it just makes it so much more fun. Select 2 or more players. I went with 3 on their projected stats. I just told you what mine were. Submit your lineup, and you can turn $10 into $1,000 if you go with 4. Again, I only went with 3. You could choose traditional stats like points or assists, or you can do unique ones like getting a dunk or some 3-pointers. Easy gameplay, quick withdrawals, and that injury insurance on your picks. That's what makes Prize Picks America's #1 daily fantasy sports app. Join the Prize Picks community of over 5 million and sign up now. Prize Picks will match your first deposit match up to $100. Just download the Prize Picks app. Use that code WI. That's code WI on Prize Picks for a first deposit match of up to $100. Prize Picks. Pick more. Pick less. It's that easy. Must be present in certain states. Visit prizepicks.com for restrictions and details.
There's another reason
Jesse, you got anything you like?
I haven't scouted it entirely yet. I know I got to use the Tatum 0.5 points, but I haven't done the deep dive yet.
Yeah, it's pretty.
They were talking up Porzingis this morning on Unsportsmanlike, so I'm a little nervous.
That makes me like my pick that much more, though.
Oh, burn. There's another reason.
He sat out a month, man. He's missed a month of action.
So, yeah, but the fact
he's
that
got
they
a
were
soleus.
He's
got a soleus.
Yeah, soleus. The fact that they were talking him up makes you like the pick more, though, has nothing to do with he's out a month and he's got a soleus. That's a zinger in the direction of Evan Cohen is what that is. Because if they're talking him up, you think they're wrong because he doesn't know what he's talking about, and you are then liking your pick of less more. Have I diagnosed that correctly?
You did. Yes.
There's another reason why I think Jordan Love will not backslide. I'll tell you what it is, and we'll hear from Jordan Love himself on that reason next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella today, 855-PELLA-WI, and online at PellaWI.com/radio.
I knew that we were going to be getting engaged soon and needed to do some ring shopping. Heard the radio ads of Chalmers and decided, hey, we should give it a shot at Chalmers.
They were just awesome at accepting us through the door and understanding what she wanted in terms of how she wanted it, and they delivered.
Everybody always is telling me how sparkly my ring is. They tell me that they really like the style of the ring and the setting that it's in. I am ecstatic with it.
Thank you, Chalmers.
Hi, Drew and Jonathan Scott here, reminding you that a lot of life's firsts are better with help from American Family Insurance. Like your first home expansion or your first big lightning strike. There's a first for everything. Get the right home policy at the right price with the right help from American Family's agents. Life's better when you're under American Family's roof. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. American Family Mutual Insurance Company SI and its operating company 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Hey, it's Kyle Walsh here from ESPN Wisconsin's Kyle Bruston Nortman, and I gotta tell you about my favorite way to watch games, and that is with the Underdog Fantasy Sports app. A pick'em fantasy game where you win real money. It's easy to find in your app store and even easier to use. Here's how it works. Pick between 2 to 5 players from at least 2 different teams, then select higher or lower on those player stats, and if your picks hit, you can win up to 100 times your money. Yeah, it is that easy, especially with the hoop season in high gear. You know I'm watching every game with the Underdog Fantasy Sports app. So right now, go to their easy-to-use mobile app or UnderdogFantasy.com to sign up using promo code KBN, and Underdog will give you a mystery special pick to use on your first pick-up entry and a deposit offer. That's Underdog Fantasy and promo code KBN to claim your new customer special of a mystery player pick and your deposit offer. Must be 18 plus and present in the state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. Concerned with your play, call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org.
The pulse of the Milwaukee Bucks, straight from a Bucks legend.
Can't get it off. Marcus Johnson will, though. Can't leave him alone for a 12.
Tap into Here District with Marcus Johnson on Bucks Plus. Marcus and his son Chris offer a weekly beat on Bucks basketball. Get your questions answered and hear from the biggest names in basketball. Find Here District with Marcus Johnson at bucks.com/plus on the Bucks app or wherever you get your podcasts.
The host might be irrelevant, but the conversations aren't.
This one's just brutal. The Suns, Dragon Bender and Josh Jackson.
It is definitely not Dragon. You think some parent named their child Dragon.
Mr. Irrelevant with Alex Strofe.
I'm pretty sure that's his name.
Dragon. You thought they named him Dragon.
Mr. Irrelevant with Alex Strofe, presented by Door County Distillery. Live on ESPN Madison's YouTube every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and available wherever you get your podcasts.
The GRB Rays have established themselves as one of the top baseball programs in the Midwest and the country. GRB Academy offers training programs for players of all ages and skill levels. Learn from some of the best baseball coaches in the area and find the program that fits your training goals and your schedule. Spots are filling up fast, so visit grbacademy.com to sign up now. That's grbacademy.com. GRB Academy, baseball for the serious player.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer. Our policy is to provide equal opportunity employment, development, and advancement to all current and potential teammates. If you are an organization that maintains a job bank, provides employment information, or gives job referrals, you may request to be placed on the station's mailing list for future career opportunities. To learn more about careers at Good Karma Brands, please email careers@goodkarmabrands.com.
The NBA Finals on ESPN Radio. The Boston Celtics, the Dallas Mavericks. Game 1 of the Celtics and Mavericks. Coverage begins tonight at 7:30 Eastern on ESPN Radio and on ABC. Presented by Indeed.
I say go, baby, go, go, go. Oh, I say go till you can't go. No more, no more. I say go, baby, go, go, go. I've been to a place where the drifters go. It brought me trouble, yeah, it brought me low. Time was flying, but I was rooted in my blues. When I looked up, all I saw was myself. Standing in my own way, nobody else but me.
So again, it's not fear of the social media pitchforks and torches crowd that
But you don't want that life.
I don't.
I just want to make sure we understand. You don't.
I think both can be true, though. Both can be true. I don't want to deal with it, but it's not what I actually think. It's not. I'm not shaping my opinion based solely on my fear of dealing with that crap.
I agree now, but last year that's not the case.
Yeah,
fair.
I mean, I will acknowledge that my
you
skepticism.
and Domofsky both just gave in because you didn't want to deal with it.
Yeah, it was a loud group, no doubt. And look, again, in fairness to us, we're the ones who watched him stink up the place. And this is one of my frustrations with the narrative about him, is that this was not preordained. If you watched him in practice, if you talked to other guys on the roster, there were people who did not think he was good. That Goody had missed on the quarterback pick. And the 3 years and this offense and the head coach have all coalesced around the fact that he has worked his ass off to improve, and Tom Clements deserves a bunch of credit because he has been really good for him, just like he was really good for Matt Flynn and really good for Aaron Rodgers. So that's where our skepticism a year ago came from, and frankly, 7 games into the season, no one was telling us we didn't know what the hell we were talking about either, by the way. He didn't look great in training camp, and he didn't look good for a lot of those first 7 games. He had his moments. I believe I was criticized for saying there were glimpses of greatness. So I understand. Everyone's emotionally invested one way or the other. Everyone wants to be right. I don't. I just want to tell you what I see now, and then what I see then, and what I see in the future when we get there. But I do think that there is one component that, beyond just his own talent and his own ability and his own potential, makes me think it is far less likely that he backslides like Jalen Hurts did, who lost his offensive coordinator, and Sirianni seemed like a less than ideal captain of their ship last season as their head coach. And that's Matt LaFleur and this offense. For the times that Matt LaFleur and Mike McCarthy before him butted heads with Aaron Rodgers, I thought during the second half of last season, after Matt LaFleur said that Jordan Love needed to let it rip, and he acknowledged as the coach and the play caller that he needed to let it rip as a play caller, it was smooth sailing. They looked damn good together. And I think this offensive system and Matt LaFleur's ability as a play caller and an offensive designer is going to help prevent what happened to Jalen Hurts happening to Jordan Love. And Jordan Love talked about their relationship this week. Here's what he said.
I think me and Matt have a much better feel for each other. Obviously, you know, I've been here going on my 5th year, so I have a pretty good feel of the offense, and I've been able to learn more and more every year I've been here. So I have a better feel of what Matt's seeing and why he's calling plays, what he likes certain plays versus. So I think that relationship is just building. It's just getting better and better. But Matt's awesome. You know, everybody loves and respects Matt, and our relationship is, like I said, just continue to get better and better.
He has not entered his Aaron Rodgers I know more than the coach knows era. Whether or not he actually reaches that, I don't know. What do you think?
I mean, the thing you love about Jordan Love is he gets the whole picture, and I think he's growing into being that guy. So his attitude and his approach, and I think, you know, I just keep thinking back to when Goody said something right after the season about wanting to get something done and being very staunchly like, yeah, it's happening. We've been around him 4 years. We know what he's about. So the part that's, you know, that's one of the things that is super, I think, interesting as far as how the Packers view Jordan and what he is all about. He says all the right things, and I believe success begat success. If things didn't go well, I mean, Matt LaFleur, I believe, was cautiously optimistic about how last year was going to go. Brian Gutekunst the same way, because we always say for everybody saying, well, this was a foregone conclusion. This was how that. No, it wasn't. Like there was a lot that had to go right in order for this relationship to continue to prosper. And now I think Matt LaFleur understands and is going to listen a lot more to Jordan Love because Jordan Love had success.
Right.
If Jordan Love says, man, I love Fox 2XY hook, and he throws 3 picks, Matt LaFleur's going to say, I don't care if you love it. You don't know what you're doing. It don't work. So it's that trust that has to be followed up by success. All of the other stuff is cute. Oh, he's a good guy. Oh, he does this. He's great in the community. Yeah, that's all great. We love that, and that's a great additional piece to it. But if he stinks, nobody cares. Mm-hmm. And if Matt LaFleur's play calls get Jordan Love drilled, Jordan Love's not going to trust Matt LaFleur. So it's a success begat success, and fortunately, we started seeing success begat success around Thanksgiving. That's when I know Pittsburgh is what everybody gets on board with, but really, I think that Detroit game, there was some glimpses. There was some, this is things are trending. Mm-hmm. And then you come out lights out against that Detroit Lions team that everybody thought was going to kind of suffocate the Packers and end their playoff push. Mm-hmm. And instead, they go up in Route City, up in the Motor City, and that springboards you to beating Kansas City and everything else.
A lot of city.
Success begat success.
You like the begat now, huh? You're on board with the begat? Yeah.
It's a fun word. I'm not sure. Is it B-A-G-A-T, begat? Is that how we're spelling that?
B-E-G-A-T. Is that how you spelled it there?
Yeah, that is what I said. Yep.
Okay, then that is correct. By the way, I think people forget this. That game that they won in Detroit, they did it without Dontavion Wicks and without Aaron Jones in that game. If you remember, they called up Bo Melton. He didn't play much, but they had to call him up from the practice squad, sign him to the 53-man roster, and they still trounced the Lions in Detroit on Thanksgiving. All right, we need to get to trivia coming up. Also, I know Jesse's been doing his research on the Netflix series information to try and get that for us.
There might be a wrinkle here for old T to address. Some of the responses I'm seeing.
I'm eager to find that out. I'm also eager to get my paycheck every week, right? You want to get paid. That's important. Well, if you've got direct deposit with Associated Bank, you can get early pay, where you'll have access to your money 2 full days before you actually are supposed to get paid. That's great. If you got something that crops up and you need a little extra cash, it's already there in your account with early pay. And, of course, you also get the great customer service from Associated Bank. And if you're a Packers fan, there's no better place to be with Packers checking and that 10% discount at the Packers Pro Shop, both in-store and online. So go to AssociatedBank.com to find out more. All right, this wrinkle has me intrigued. Does it mean that Tausch was wrong? We'll find out together next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, driven by Zimbrick Chevrolet in Sun Prairie on 100.5 ESPN. See their full inventory at ZimbrickChevrolet.com.
Mark Tauscher here, encouraging you to save money and help save the planet by making an energy switch to Everlight Solar. Summer is here, and for many of us, that means more activities, more vacations, more time with our kids, and more money being spent on all of those things. So I know you're looking to save a few bucks. Why not save money and help save the planet by making an energy switch to Everlight Solar? Our family recently made the switch to solar, and we love it. At first, we weren't even sure where to start, and that's when we met the great team over at Everlight Solar. From the very first conversation, they educated us on the benefits of solar while also helping keep the process simple. Join us in saving a ton of money and creating a greener environment for our family and the community by switching to solar. Learn more and schedule a free consultation at everlightsolar.com. That's everlightsolar.com.
The area's best high school sports coverage is Zimbrick Honda's presentation of Prep Mania.
Hey, it's Hunter Vaughn. Every week, Dennis Summerow and I talk all things area high school sports, and we talk to local athletes, coaches, administrators, and more. You can find full shows over on Wisconsin On Demand or wherever you get your podcasts.
Zimbrick Honda's Prep Mania is also brought to you by Canopy Wealth Management, Pasquale's Cantina, UW Credit Union, Stoughton Trailers, the GRB Academy, and Stoughton Health.
Wisconsin enjoys a rich history in broadcasting, which we celebrate at the Wisconsin Broadcasters Association Hall of Fame. We honor those who have devoted their careers to serving their local communities as legendary broadcasters. The Wisconsin Broadcasters Hall of Fame, inside the Hilton Milwaukee City Center.
value, and savings keep on coming with quick hot savings from Quick Trip. And right now, we're cooling off with $2.49 a gallon Nature's Touch milk. All 1 gallon, 2%, 1%, and skim Nature's Touch milk, just $2.49. Looking to make that perfect movie night milkshake? Or how about making those morning waffles extra fluffy? Our fresh, straight from our dairy Nature's Touch milk is on sale and ready to hit your fridge. With quick hot savings from Quick Trip, we're here to save you some moolah.
Many people with unique homes reach out to Pella because our team of experts can customize windows and doors that match architecture from any era.
I love that I have a home that's 100 years old. It's a historic district, and we didn't want to ruin the look by having modern windows in an older home. When I found out that Pella had an architecturally accurate product line, they simply guided us and helped us to make a great decision for our home.
Order today and get 0% interest for up to 48 months at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
Certain restrictions apply in 6/30/2024.
To those who've ever dreamt of their perfect event, those dreams are worthy and they are possible. Hi, it's Jeffrey from Celebrations Entertainment. With hard work, passion, and great music, we will make your event dreams a reality. Every event is a labor of love with one-on-one planning, customization, and flawless execution. Bringing your event to life is what we do. For a fun, memorable event, visit celebrationsentertainment.com. That's celebrationsentertainment.com.
Derek Jeter for American Family Insurance.
Life's better when you're under the American Family Insurance roof because they'll help protect your family's dreams. Whether it's a kid like me aiming for the big leagues, future rocket scientist, we have liftoff, or a budding prima ballerina, you can count on an American Family Insurance agent to help you dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Summer is here, and so is the Great Dane Pub and Brewing Company's summer seasonal menu. Kick things off with new starters like the Wisconsin Pretzel Board and Garlic Pretzel Knots. Then savor sandwiches like the Smoked Roast Beef or the Moody Blue Burger. Pair your food with their new lineup of cocktails, including the Paloma, Cosmo, and many more. Check out these summer menu items at any of their 4 locations: downtown, Hilldale, Fitchburg, and East Madison, or online at GreatDanePub.com. Great Dane Pub and Brewing Company, Madison's original brew pub since 1994.
This is Madison's new home for Wisconsin Badgers volleyball.
National semifinalist for the 6th time.
We're on Wisconsin Sports, 100.5 ESPN.
Give me one reason to steer, and I'll turn right back around. You can see me turning. Give me one reason to steer, and I'll turn right back around.
So maybe there's a little something to the idea that Jesse's more afraid of me than he is of you. I know you've said that for a long time, and you don't understand why.
No, I mean, I understand why. You wouldn't like why, but I understand why. That's my take. I'm not saying I'm right, but I'm pretty sure I'm right.
I'm sure you are. But
well, why are you finally starting to understand? Why are you starting to understand?
I don't understand. No. I never said I understood it. I
Oh,
just
I
said that
thought
was
you
your
did.
theory.
Okay.
No, but I'm starting to realize that maybe he's right. You're right about thinking that because, you're right. I'm so lucky. Because he has done some research and he seems eager to tell you that you are wrong.
Yeah, he likes.
Which he does
part
not
of it
do.
is, I mean, while I'm not wrong a ton, I've been wrong a bunch lately. With at least in some people's eyes, I still think my croquet take is really good. Y'all don't, even though frisbee golf has nothing to do with any type of stick, shaft, and/or ball. I don't get it. Just because you call something froth and it's got an OLF at the end of it doesn't mean it's like golf. But I digress. All right, Jesse, what do you got?
The action of hitting a croquet ball is similar to the action of hitting a golf ball, but the sport of golf is not at all similar to the sport of croquet.
Yeah, you have a wicket that you try to put a ball through, and you have a golf ball you try to put into a hole. But throwing a Frisbee at a chained bin is the same thing. All right,
whoa, Nelly! So my
Exactly.
brother-in-law, Nick, big fan of the show, he's tuning in this morning, and he said, what about our favorite show, The Blacklist? And I said, well, The Blacklist came out in 2013. It had a 10-season run. It became very popular on Netflix, but it did debut each week on NBC during its run. But there's an entire collection on Netflix of shows like The Blacklist, Grey's Anatomy, Suits, Criminal Minds that have been popular weekly TV shows debuting on the networks, but have had a resurgence in the streaming platform, whether it's Netflix or others. So how do we factor in those when we say shows haven't had successful runs, when there are shows that lasted like 10 seasons, in part because of their popularity on streaming platforms after their debut?
Yeah, what I said was days of Friends, Seinfeld, it's over. Like those days are gone. Like Netflix isn't going to be putting out an 8-series run. That's just not what they're doing. Yes, if you want to grab an old sitcom or Grey's Anatomy or whatever else and fire it up to Netflix, people are going to say, oh, this is interesting. And like Netflix, because they're in bed with the royal family people that got thrown out, what are their names, Markle and Frankie? Well, they get rid of those guys, and then they're going to push that show on us because they think that's a good deal. I'm not. As a matter of fact, I saw that. I said, I'm not going to watch any of it because I'm not a fan of both of those. They're complaining about not being part of the royal family, but they don't want to do anything within the royal family. All right, whatever. I'm done with you. That's what they're doing, Jesse, and that's not a big deal. They're pushing old shows that they bought because you have people that are like, oh, I know that show. I used to watch that on NBC. All I said was since 2015, when this turn of streaming really started expediting, you're not seeing it. And if you don't believe me, what's the last show on CBS, ABC, or NBC outside of reality that has gotten past 3 seasons? I bet it's pretty slim. Very slim. Scripted shows. It's over. Those days are gone. Apple and everybody else is going to be the ones doing it. That's all.
I mean, you've got like Only Murders in the Building on Hulu is coming out with their 4th season pretty soon, and I think they've got 2 or 3 more that they've agreed to a contract for, so
all right,
that's going to get
Is
up
that
there.
An outlier, or is that common now?
Well, it's proving that it exists.
Is it an outlier?
I guess it's a bit of an outlier.
I'm
yes.
asking.
But Netflix is also known for scrapping some of their shows when they don't see instant results earlier on than other like TV networks would do because of the business
I'll say
model.
this. If Seinfeld was on Netflix today,
it would have never made it
Seinfeld would
past
not have had an
season 2.
8-season run. It would have not even made it to season 2. You're right. And that's you guys are proving my point, which is great. I love it when y'all prove my point, and I don't have to sit here and fight and defend. Because it's now, you got to do it now or we're done. There's no development. There's no let it breathe.
There's no Jordan
you don't
Love
breathe, I'm suffocating
in television anymore.
The Packers are old school CBS, and the Bears are Netflix. You don't get instant gratification. Let's move on to the next one. Hey, how's that working for you? Justin Fields, Mitch Trubisky, you go through the litany of other guys. How's that working? CBS, hey, you know what, Jordan? Let's stay back. We'll let Survivor and Murder, She Wrote and Dallas develop. And then when the time comes, we'll bring in a Cliff Barnes and we'll bring in a Victoria Principal. It still comes back to
Timely
Dallas
as always.
somehow.
The great Mark Tauscher. All right, here are the best, according to Collider, the best Netflix series.
Who's Collider?
Who's
Collider?
It's part of that whole, I think it's part of the Defector Media crowd where they got like 4 or 5 different websites. It's actually a reputable site, I believe.
Okay.
And this is a list of the best Netflix shows that lasted longer than 5 seasons. Okay. Now, I don't know how many of these either one of us watched since we're hung up on a nighttime soap opera from the 70s and 80s, man. Lucifer ran 6 seasons.
But that started on Fox for a few years.
I'm just
that doesn't
reading
count.
the list. Okay,
Yeah,
you're
no,
not
I
gonna
get
count
it.
that one?
No,
the first one from the record.
House of
First
Cards.
off, it's not 8 seasons anyways, but I get what you're saying.
No.
Okay.
We're not. I didn't say 8 seasons, and this is actually going to help you. So if you can let me finish, that'd be great.
Certainly.
House of Cards, 6
Great
seasons.
show.
Probably would have kept.
Great show.
Probably would have kept going if not for some controversy for.
I'm going to tell you this, Jason. The only reason I ever knew Netflix or started Netflix is because of House of Cards. That show was fantastic until old boy did all kinds of bad bland.
Peaky Blinders, 6 seasons.
Heard it's a good show. Not my cup of tea, but okay.
I'm not familiar with this. This is an animated series. BoJack Horseman, 6 seasons. Better Call Saul.
That was not a Netflix or streamer. That started on a network.
Well, it's a spin-off of
Breaking Bad,
Right.
which was on AMC, I believe. Gilmore Girls, that definitely did not start on Netflix. That was on like the WB or the CW or whatever that was. Grace and Frankie, I've never heard of that. I still have not found one that went to 8 seasons, to Tausch's point. Orange is the New Black, which made it 7 seasons. That was really popular for a while.
Good run.
Really popular.
What era did that start, though?
I think that was 2013.
mid-2010s.
Okay.
All right. Now, the first one on this list that went 8 seasons is Queer Eye, but there was an earlier iteration of that on NBC. So I don't think we should count that one either. So Tausch is still winning. The Blacklist is on here. That started on NBC. That has gone 10 seasons. But
I
again,
would bet that I like that show. I bet that's a good show.
Blacklist? Oh, it's great.
I'll never watch it, but I bet it's a good show.
It also fits your parameter of a actor where if they took Reddington out of the show, there's no way you can do the show. Like that's better.
I've never heard of
Last name
Reddington. Raymond Reddington.
I'm sure.
All right,
already.
Last 2 so we can play trivia. The Walking Dead, 11 seasons, again, started on, I believe, AMC, like Breaking Bad. And the number 1 on their list with 20 seasons, Grey's Anatomy, which is an ABC show. So you won. You won the argument.
It's just kind of common sense. How do you think?
I appreciate you giving Collider his props, by the way, because they helped your argument.
I'm gonna do a remake of a 1960s show. How would that do?
The Rifleman
in today's climate. Yeah, Rifleman,
Andy Griffith,
Bonanza. How would that do? It would fail miserably, right?
It feels to me like we're doing a better job, or not a better job, but doing it more often where we're updating older shows or movies in an attempt to latch onto people's nostalgia but still make it fresh. So I think that there's a chance we're on our way that direction. Yes. We're going to see more
Why
of
has there
this.
not been a TV show about Top Gun? Like, that's tailor-made for a TV show.
I don't know, but I think Fox did like a TV show of like Lethal Weapon. Didn't they? Am I imagining that?
I think that only made it 1 season or so. It didn't make it very long.
Wow, not very patient on TV.
No.
All right.
I would think Top Gun, like, why is Netflix or somebody not said, let's develop a series around Top Gun?
Yeah, it's a great question.
The one thing I want to say to Tausch on this is I think you're skewed on how many TV shows you think have lasted 8 seasons on the major networks. I think those
fair.
are also the outliers that you're referencing.
Dallas.
For the amount of shows that don't make it that long.
Cosby, Newhart, Cheers, Seinfeld, Friends. I mean, I just named you 5 without even blinking. Okay? Can you just admit it's a different era and content is being made in a different way? That's all I've said.
We've all admitted that. We're all saying that.
Well, then what are we talking about? Yeah, then it's over.
I don't know.
It's over.
Yeah, I just got done reading an article that supported your position, and
I'm not fighting you about it. Like,
you kind of still
confused.
are. Why can't we just acknowledge it's a new era?
Okay, move on. Hey, Bryant Gumbel.
Let's move on.
Jordan Love is the young Sheldon of NFL quarterbacks.
Paul and the girls are watching that. That's apparently very, very funny. I'm being told.
When everyone else is starting right away and impatient, the Packers are letting it play out.
All right. Can we play trivia, please? Tausch is going to tell us about Quick Trip. Jesse, what's today's category? What caller would you like?
Brushing up our NBA knowledge. This week in the NBA is today's trivia category.
As we start the finals, finally, tonight with Game 1. Caller number 6 for June 6th. 844-770-3776. 844-770-3776. Caller 6 for trivia. Today is D-Day for you to stop by Quick Trip and maybe get yourself some Brewers tickets. Am I right?
It is baseball season. You know I talk all the time. We're running around, and tournament season is just getting started. We're going to be running all over the place and a lot of tailgates to attend. And last night we had a game. Old girl brought over, sure enough, a big old bag of Quick Trip drinks. Grabbed in, brought them in. You got snacks. You know we're going to make that stop at Quick Trip, and we'll use the Quick Rewards. You're not going to want to miss out on this deal. Head to your local Quick Trip today. Purchase select Gatorade, Gatorade water, or Fast Twitch products using your Quick Rewards to be automatically entered to win a game day prize pack. Could win 4 tickets to a suite. How sweet would that be, huh, Jesse? Am I right? For the Brewers' July 21st game against the Minnesota Twins. But that's not all. You would also be able to watch batting practice. You can even throw out the first pitch. So just wait a second. You get 4 tickets to a suite. You get to hit BP and throw out the first pitch, plus a $500 gift card to the team store. And they just keep adding things on. So you get $500 throughout the first pitch. You get to take BP. You get to watch BP. You get to sit in the suite. You get $500 gift card to the team store and $500 quick trip gift card, batting practice, gift cards, a view from the suite, and throwing out the first pitch just by grabbing some Gatorade. What a world. Get full contest details at quicktrip.com/sweepstakes. No purchases necessary. I'm glad I wasn't looking at y'all when I finished that because I need to go take a pitch right after this.
If you drink too much of that Gatorade, that's what's going to happen.
I just had to dump a live read for Quick Trip.
Why? I didn't say anything bad. What do you mean?
Matt LaFleur wants to know if it was hot. Trivia's next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
We're on Wisconsin sports like never before.
Sharing the love that all of us have for volleyball with everyone else is one of my favorite things.
The new home for Wisconsin Badgers volleyball, 100.5 ESPN.
You're probably being overwhelmed with information about semaglutide, the game-changing FDA-approved weight loss treatment. Jim Rutledge here. I was like you. I didn't know what it was until I saw Dr. Nestor Rodriguez at Carbon World Health. He can walk you through the benefits. He can tell you if it's right for you, and then you could come up with a plan to change your life with a workout plan and semaglutide. With that plan, I dropped from 20% body fat to 10% body fat, and I dropped over 20 pounds of fat and kept my muscle. You can do the same thing. Go see Dr. Nestor Rodriguez at Carbon World Health.
Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute.
This Badger Minute brought to you by Stoughton Trailers. Big trailers and big opportunity at Stoughton Trailers. Learn more about why a career at Stoughton Trailers might be for you. Go to stojobs.com.
With your Badger Minute, I'm Riley Yauk. On Tuesday afternoon, former Badger hockey legend Joe Pavelski announced that he will not be returning to the NHL next season after an illustrious 18 years with the Dallas Stars. The Plover, Wisconsin native has numerous accolades to his name, including but not limited to the all-time Badger leader in NHL goals with 476, points with 1,069, and the U.S. record holder with 74 NHL playoff goals.
Order today and get 0% interest for up to 48 months at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Set your free in-home consultation at PellaWI.com.
When it comes to security for your home and family, you want a winner, and we found one when we placed our trust with J&K Security Solutions. This is Greg Gard. Kim and Jeff hit the game-winning shot for us with the Control 4 home technology system. Home or away, from our smartphones, we can open the garage door, dim the lights, turn on the TV, as well as arm the security system. That's convenience as well as peace of mind. Let J&K Security Solutions do for your home or business like they've done for us. Call 255-5799 or online at jksecurity.com.
Listen to Madison Money Guy every Saturday morning at 7 a.m. on 100.5 ESPN and ESPNWisconsin.com.
I like to refer to inflation as the silent killer. It's an invisible risk. It's just the idea that things get more expensive over time. You're going to need milk and eggs when you're in your early 60s and when you're in your early 80s. You're going to get a loaf of bread, and it's going to be more expensive 20 years from now.
Christian Finfrock is the Madison Money Guy. Call him today at 208-1800.
Have you been waiting to buy your next home? Stop. Now is the time to get housed. What's up, Madison? It's Stacy from Bruner Realty. Nobody has a crystal ball to know what the future holds. The longer you wait to find your next home, the better the chance you'll be paying more for it than you would be today. Don't miss out on what could be the best opportunity to find your dream home. Contact our team at BrunerRealtyInc.com to help start your search. That's BrunerRealtyInc.com. Let's get housed.
Starion Bank redefines local banking in Madison. As a community bank with a commitment to Dane County, experience a banking relationship where your goals are our priority. Enjoy competitive deposit and loan rates and a partnership that thrives on local engagement and support. Starion Bank is more than a full-service financial institution. It's a community pillar dedicated to your prosperity. Visit one of our convenient branches in Middleton, Monona, or Sun Prairie. Starion Bank, offering banking, lending, mortgage, and cash management.
Forward Madison FC's professional soccer season is underway, and they want you to pack out Breeze Stevens Field. Need a night out with the whole family? Try the Forward Madison Family Special presented by MG&E. Score a ticket to the match, a meal, and an FMFC scarf, all for just $25 per person. Visit ForwardMadisonFC.com to purchase your tickets today. That's ForwardMadisonFC.com. Forward Madison, fun for all.
Like, share, and follow ESPN Madison everywhere. Follow us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok for more great content from ESPN Madison. This is 100.5 ESPN and Wisconsin On Demand.
I'm not sure we've ever needed a commercial break more. I understand the clock is all checked up, but throwing out the first pitch, wow. All right, now, when you drop that word off the radio airwaves, does that mean it gets dropped off the video stream too?
Oh no, everyone on the streams, they got the full experience.
I don't advocate.
Well, why is that word so bad? Like, is that a bad word?
No, the weird thing is I can say that you piss me off and I'm fine. When I use it as a noun, as a synonym for urine, that's where the trouble comes in. So we can't play.
Is that right?
According to FCC rules, when LaFleur says he wants his guys to have their you-know-what hot, which he said in an interview on Packers.com when the draft came out, you can't do it according to FCC rules. So I don't advocate for sound graphs very often, but I would like to see that on social media. I just want to see how badly I was sobbing, crying after that whole thing.
And Jesse, I give you full freight to go ahead and do that too. It happens.
How does Quick Trip feel about it? That was the real question.
That's a very fair question. Yes, but they get a lot of run. Speaking of a lot of run, time to play some trivia. Let's welcome in our contestant. It is Chad in Newburgh. Chad, would you like to throw out the first pitch at a Milwaukee Brewers game?
Yeah, wouldn't anybody?
Yeah.
Well, not if you're not throwing out the first pitch, and instead you're just the first person into the men's bathroom. All right, let's go with trivia. It is going to test our NBA knowledge with This Week in the NBA. Tausch, as our resident NBA expert, you have question 1.
Per reports this morning, the Los Angeles Lakers are targeting to hire the head coach of which men's college basketball program to become the team's newest head coach? Is it UConn, North Carolina, or Wyoming? It's been a busy offseason for Sundance Wicks.
UConn.
That's an interesting maneuver that they are planning. I'm very curious about how that will play out. All right. Well done, Chad. Question 2 is this. Which NBA player competing in this year's finals did LeBron James say he was so blanking mad about not having on his Lakers team this season? Was it Kristaps Porzingis, take the fewer, Kyrie Irving, or Jaylen Brown?
Kyrie Irving.
Did he love Kyrie Irving the first time around?
No, he didn't.
Yeah, okay. I think so. Question 3, Tom.
All right. Last one, Chad. Former NBA player Chase Budinger has qualified for the '24 Olympics playing which other sport? Is it field hockey, beach volleyball, or rowing?
Oh, geez,
For the I don't know. For the record, it's Chase Budinger, not Budinger or whatever you said.
All right,
what? Mike Budenholzer's long-lost child.
I don't need to. He got it right.
It is beach volleyball. I also saw from Wisconsin volleyball that friend of show Lauren Carlini and Dana Retke have both made the Olympic team. So congratulations to two former Badgers. That's the regular volleyball, not the beach version. Chad, we appreciate you restoring law, order, and calmness to the show after our quick trip story there. You got all 3 right. You got 4 entries into tomorrow's drawing. It's a bigger advantage for you than usual because we had an out-of-state contestant, so there's 1 fewer name in the hopper with all their correct answers tomorrow. So we appreciate you playing, and good luck. Thanks.
All right. Have a good one, fellas. Love you guys. I love you guys.
And I love you guys to boots.
I think a perfect week.
It's not.
It's not?
No.
Love yous. With love yous.
Oh, sure. Yes. On that front, yes.
I ask you to do this cautiously.
Everybody keep it clean here.
Can you tell us about Lac La Belle?
Oh, you know I can. Had a great Friday out there last Friday. We experienced the rebirth of an American treasure, and it was in Oconomowoc, the club at Lac La Belle. She is wide open, and it is beautiful. We had a great day out there. We played 18. We went to the rivalry pub. We had a little snack or two, a couple Coors Lights, went back out, did a little scrampy action. And then the beautiful part about it, we didn't have a 3-hour drive home. It was 45 minutes to an hour, depending on the stops that we made. And that's the beautiful part about it. So we had that, and there was a great wedding. We were able to celebrate love. Out at Lac La Belle, they had the wedding going. They got event space for anything that you're looking for. It is a golf destination you're going to want to play over and over and over again. A historic past that meets a vibrant future. Go to club@laclabelle.com to start your journey today.
That was a historic past, just for those of you that were listening for any potential slip-ups in the last read. All right, we need to get to the 11 o'clock hour. And my chance encounter, it was not with Chase Budinger, a chance encounter yesterday. We're going to play a little game of 20 questions. And the kind of stuff that only happens in little Green Bay, Wisconsin, with a football team located in it. We'll do that to kick off the 11 o'clock hour, and we'll do it in 2 minutes. At 11:14, it's Wilde and Tausch.
Don't go anywhere. Another hour of Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, is coming up next on ESPN Wisconsin, the ESPN app, and Wisconsin On Demand.
Mark Tauscher here for Mosquito Joe of Madison. Well, tired of dealing with pesky mosquitoes, rodents, and other unwanted pests? Well, look no further than Mosquito Joe. Their experts provide comprehensive pest control solutions, keeping your yard and home free from mosquitoes, rodents, rats, stinging insects, and much, much more. From mosquitoes to mice, Mosquito Joe is your partner for comprehensive pest control solutions. Call to schedule a free inspection and let Mosquito Joe transform your indoor and outdoor living experience.
This is former Wisconsin linebacker Chris Orr. You're listening to 100.5 ESPN, WTLX, Monona, Madison, a good Karma Brands radio station on Wisconsin.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio, this is your Metro Kia of Madison Sports Center.
Good morning, Madison and streamers everywhere. I'm Jesse Nelson. ESPN Madison is your new home for Wisconsin Badgers volleyball. New season, new conference opponents, new radio home, but the same goal, to win a national title. Listen to every match all season long, beginning this fall on 100.5 ESPN. Packers OTA practice wraps up this week. Mandatory minicamp on the docket next week. The big storyline getting some national attention happened right here yesterday on Wilde and Tausch when ESPN NFL insider Mike Tannenbaum joined the show. He talked about a new wrinkle in the potential contract extension negotiations for Jordan Love this offseason.
In terms of the number, if I was him, I'd play it out this year and walk in and say, hey, I want that number to start with a 6 next year. Because, again, given his age and his ability, I think time's on his side. So I don't think if I'm Jordan Love, I'm in a rush to get anything done.
A lot of interesting insight from Mike Tannenbaum yesterday on Wilde and Tausch. The entire interview stands alone on Wisconsin On Demand and on the ESPN Madison YouTube channel. You can also find full show podcasts when you subscribe to the Wilde and Tausch podcast on Apple, Spotify, and wherever you get your podcasts. NBA Finals tonight on 100.5 ESPN. Tip time 7:30, Mavericks Celtics.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com.
I'm not giving up, no, not yet. Even when I'm down on my last breath. Even when they say there's nothing left. So don't give up on. I'm not giving up, no, not me. Even when nobody else believes. I'm not going down that easily. So
the 11 o'clock hour. Wilde and Tausch begins now. Now, Tausch, you played 11 seasons in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Did you like the fact that it's a small town and that NFL players can be bumped into at the grocery store, at the local watering hole, and sometimes even going into Chipotle?
Yeah, I mean, so for me, it wasn't that Green Bay was that small, if I'm being honest. I didn't think, I mean, obviously, Madison's a little bit bigger, but it wasn't some big shock to me. I enjoyed that, yes.
So I do think it's unique as compared to other NFL cities. I'm sure there are people that bump into Chicago Bears players in Chicago, but I think it's a little more frequent around here. And so last night, I was picking up Chipotle after our big softball win, late dinner after the game, and lo and behold, as I am pulling out of the parking spot for the mobile order pickup, another person is getting into his pickup truck with his order, and I recognize him as a current Packers player. Now, before we get to guessing who it might have been, because I think it's going to take you a while, okay. I'm curious if I handled this in a appropriate way, because I don't ever assume that guys know who I am. I certainly don't think, and from your time playing for the team, you didn't know every guy who covered the team. You didn't know their names, right? Maybe later in your career you had a better idea, obviously, but if you're earlier in your career, you don't know who any of us are.
The guys that are there every day, I think we had a pretty good gauge. If you're 2 or 3 years into the league, you had a pretty good gauge on that.
Like, I think I have a really fun, good working relationship with Jair Alexander, but I'm still not sure he actually knows what my name is. Like, he knows that I cover the team every day. We've had good conversations. He wore an Ashwaubenon shirt that I made a big deal out of, but I still don't think he would know my name. So I don't think this fellow knew who I was, like name-wise, but I chose a phrase in saying hello that I thought would help him figure out where the hell he knew me from, so I just wasn't some random guy rolling down my window. But so I'm pulling out of the parking spot, he's getting into his truck, and I said, "Hey!" and said his name. "How's it going?" And I waved, and then I said, "We'll see you in the locker room next week." And then I kind of saw the light bulb go on of, okay, I think I understand now where I know this guy from.
And
IPT?
Why did you feel like you needed to roll your window down and yell something to him?
Because I know him. I would have done the same thing if I'd have seen you in the parking lot.
It doesn't sound like you felt comfortable that he knew you.
Well, I just want to say hello.
Do you say hello to every person you know?
If you're walking in with him or walking by him, yes, but to roll your window down.
If I saw Sean Rizacek, my golf buddy, walking out of a Chipotle, I would yell hello to him too as I was pulling away.
Yeah, but this guy's not your buddy.
No, but I know him.
He's somebody that you somewhat work with. No.
So
totally IPT. If
I should not have said anything
in
to
and
him.
you see him, hey, to roll your window down and back out and yell? That's fannish. That's very fannish.
We saw
I don't want to sign my Chipotle bag.
We saw our neighbors
fannish.
pulling out we were at a store a couple weeks ago. We saw our neighbors as we were pulling out of the parking lot. We were like, "Oh, I think that's the neighbors," but we didn't roll the window.
Is good too. Hey man, hey man, I'll see you at the locker room next week because I'm a reporter for the State Journal. I just don't understand what was in your head. I think you're riding the high of beating some team in pickup softball, and you're like, man, is the world great?
Now we're going to degrade the quality of the softball on top of it? Pickup softball?
You haven't practiced, and you
We
beat
have
this
uniforms.
Team, sounds like pretty soundly. So you're riding the wave, and this isn't who you normally are. You don't leave your house, and all of a sudden you're a glad-handed politician yelling and waving to people. What the hell's going on around
I would
here?
prefer beauty pageant contestant doing the elbow, wrist wave as I'm riding in the parade. All right, maybe I thought, maybe this went through my head. It's an opportunity to give a guy who's not probably as well known as a Packer a little opportunity to be recognized.
I feel like the last time you've done this, you got somebody cut because they did something, they weren't wearing a mask. There's something going on during the COVID era that you were like livid about, and you got this guy cut. So you running into people at a various fast food place has not been good for that said player. So I'm already thinking, and I know we're going to do this next, I'm already thinking, all right, who's getting cut on the Packers? That's going to be my first thing. Is like, all right, let's go through this. That's going to be my first guess.
Matt in West Bend did text it. Is this the same Chipotle Jason broke the news a Packers undrafted rookie was getting after it with his girlfriend in line?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
That is what occurred. I do remember that very vividly. And he did not make the roster, from my recollection. I think I don't want to give away any clues because I know you want to play 20 questions.
Hey, it's old Wilde. I'm from the locker room. Hey, you know me, right? Yeah, Johnny.
No,
you son of
that
a gun.
was not.
I hope you enjoyed that Chipotle. What did you get? Hey, what'd you get? I got nachos, chips on the side. What'd you get?
Hey, we just had a
and
big
this guy's like, man, I just
win.
want to go the heck home.
Did you hear the
You
team?
think I want
18-2.
now I'm gonna have Wilde writing about this, and he ended up getting a little more guacamole on his thing, and
Someone, Matt
I was just
Coonan,
trying to be friendly.
Matt Coonan points out, see you in the locker room next week could really go a couple of different ways if they didn't know who you were.
I have talked to this player before.
All of a sudden, this guy's going to Doug Collins and the security team like, I ran into some weirdo at Chipotle, and he claims he's going to be in a locker room. Maybe if security is tightened for the locker room next week, you know why.
All right. Well, we're going to play 20 questions to figure out who the player was. I know who the player
I just
was.
love the fact that you act like you're always looking and yelling out for people when you stop at one of your spots. That's the funniest part of this.
Maybe this just underscores the fact that I spent too much time in the basement and I don't know how to act in society anymore. Maybe that's it. Maybe that's the reality.
Maybe.
But
oh my God!
Hey,
you! Hey, you all rascal! How'd you get an extra scoop of chicken on that? Oh yeah, you did. Good on you.
If I saw Doug from Kohler Services walking out of Chipotle, I would say hello to him too, because I've met him a few times and I like him too.
Yeah, he's the best. And if you need it actually would make sense if you're looking for a bath or shower remodel, or if you just want to find out what Doug had on his burrito, give Kohler Services a call. If you need a bath or shower remodel, turn to Kohler Services, family-owned business, 150 years. Kohler is your Wisconsin manufacturer providing care for life. And this month only, you can get 0 interest financing for 12 months on your Lugstone shower remodel. Visit KohlerServicesWI.com to request your free quote with fast professional installation always included. Again, that's KohlerServicesWI.com.
All right, let's prize pick this before we do it. How many questions do you think it will take you to discern who this player is?
Do you only get to answer yes or no?
Correct.
Or is
the
this
rules?
Them's the rules.
I'll set it at 11.5.
Ooh.
I was going to say that too, so I'm going to say 10.5 would be.
Right, I'm going to take less. I'm going to take less.
Ooh. Okay.
I have a lot of faith in you guys. Are you going to alternate?
Oh, this is Tausch's deal.
No, we can alternate.
We haven't put you in the hot seat enough.
I want to critique your questioning.
Well, fine.
There you have it. We'll play 20 questions to discern which Packers player thinks that I'm a weirdo who is going to be stalking him in the locker room next week at mandatory minicamp. Next, it's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella today, 855-PELLA-WI, and online at PellaWI.com/radio.
Hey, it's Alex Stroh. Stay in the know on area high school sports and follow ESPN Madison on Twitter for Prep Mania on Deck, each week's preview of the top games and events. Prep Mania on Deck is brought to you by Zimbrick Honda, a proud supporter of high school sports and local communities.
Hello, I'm John Hayes, the owner of Goodman's Jewelers. It's been my pleasure to serve this community from this incredible store for over 4 decades. We stand upon high standards and classic traditions, pillars like honesty and integrity. Stop into Goodman's Jewelers, the longest-standing full-service jewelry store in the heart of Madison at 220 State Street. Goodman's Jewelers, the diamond store of Madison since 1933.
The best is at Goodman's.
Want to join the fastest growing home solar company in the nation and work in the fastest growing industry in the world? Everlight Solar has open positions in the Madison area and in their newly opened Milwaukee location. As Wisconsin's largest home solar company, Everlight Solar offers great opportunities to gain new skills and advance your career. Don't miss the chance to join the Everlight Solar team. Visit everlightsolar.com to apply today. Save money, save the planet, and start with Everlight Solar.
Have you been waiting to buy your next home? Stop. Now is the time to get housed. What's up, Madison? It's Stacy from Bruner Realty. Nobody has a crystal ball to know what the future holds. The longer you wait to find your next home, the better the chance you'll be paying more for it than you would be today. Don't miss out on what could be the best opportunity to find your dream home. Contact our team at BrunerRealtyInc.com to help start your search. That's BrunerRealtyInc.com. Let's get housed.
Gold medalist Matt Hamilton, judgmental Jim Rutledge, and Hamilton.
Kind of boo on the Caleb Williams hope, though.
Well,
I don't know.
He's coming for you. He's going to be better than Jordan Love. I hope they're both good, but I think Caleb's going to be better.
Can't wait for the text to start rolling in, like, get this Bear fan off our radio. This is why I'm the most loved guy on the show, because absence makes the heart grow fonder, and Jim's a Bears fan.
Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light. Weekdays 4 to 6 on 100.5 ESPN. Also brought to you by J&K Security Solutions.
At the U.S. Center for Safe Sport, we believe athletes are defined by their journey, not the medals they win. And creating a safer stage for all levels of competition is our priority. Join the movement to end abuse at uscenterforsafesport.org.
There's a good chance if you watch sports, you're getting served information about hormone optimization. What does that even mean? Dr. Nestor Rodriguez at Carbon World Health can tell you exactly what hormone optimization means. He will take your blood work and let you know if it's right for you. If you're feeling sluggish, not losing weight like you used to, you're not gaining muscle like you used to, or you just don't feel like yourself in most aspects of your life, go see Dr. Nestor Rodriguez at Carbon World Health. In fact, sign up for the 6-week experience so you can see everything that Carbon World Health has to offer, including hormone optimization. Learn more at carbonworldhealth.com.
Hi, this is Lee, inviting you to Ruth's Chris Steakhouse in Middleton. We got a great happy hour every day of the week from 4 o'clock to 7, and our patio during the summer is open too. If you're getting married, a special occasion, a birthday, anniversary, or even a business meeting, we've got all the accommodations right here at Ruth's Chris Steakhouse. You work hard and sometimes you're not sure what you want to do, where you want to spend your money. I want to encourage you to come into Ruth's Chris Steakhouse and say hello. It'd be a pleasure to meet you.
If you're a motorist of the four-wheel variety, please watch out for those of us in Wisconsin who do their traveling on 2 wheels. Adjust your mirrors to reduce your blind spots. Allow motorcyclists a full lane width. Use your turn signal when merging or changing lanes. And allow more following distance between you and the motorcycle. Motorists and motorcyclists can work together to achieve 0 preventable deaths on Wisconsin roads. 0 in Wisconsin. Together we can save lives. Learn more at zeroinwisconsin.gov. Wisconsin DOT.
Wilde and Tausch on 100.5 ESPN is brought to you by Everlight Solar. Save money, save the planet. Everlight Solar.
I'd like to briefly defend myself. That I recognized that this was potentially IPT. That was the way I asked you about it to begin with.
You
so
did.
I am not surprised at the way this has played out for me. Nevertheless, I do think it would be fun to see if you can discern who the "Hey, I'll see you in the locker room next week" recipient walking out of Chipotle was. So I don't think we've created any special 20 questions music, have we, Jesse?
We have not, but I am going to use one of your favorites to accompany us for this journey, for this game. You ready?
I'm ready. Oh! The numbers game! Another
back,
failure.
baby.
All right, Tausch, you lead us off. 20 questions to discern who the player was that will now be thinking that he has a stalker heading into next week's mandatory mini.
Okay, so this roster is very young, as we know. Was this Chipoltean, is he a rookie?
No.
Okay.
Does this player play offense?
Have you played this game before?
I mean, variations of it, yeah.
Yes.
Ooh,
that would have
okay.
been my first question for the record.
Well, I just got rid of all the rookies, and there's a ton of rookies that are on this group. So,
I was really hoping it was actually Marshawn Lloyd right away. So, I mean, he's out.
It's true. Tausch?
Is this player an offensive lineman?
No.
Okay.
That's three. 3 questions in.
Is this player a
Now,
wide?
we're gonna be way under.
Is this player a wide receiver?
No.
Okay. I'm fairly certain. I'm not going to guess yet.
Oh, you're tempted.
What did he? Was it a rookie or not? I forgot.
It is not a rookie.
Okay.
It's not a rookie. Not a rookie.
It's not a lineman.
Not a receiver.
And not a defensive player.
Is this player a tight end?
Yes.
Oh.
Okay, so Jesse, now
5
can we
questions in.
we coordinate between ourselves, right? Or is this?
No, it's Jesse's turn. You wanted to critique his questions.
Okay. All right. Once you guess, you're done.
Does this player have theme music that we play for him on Wilde and Tausch?
Great faces, places, spaces. I don't know what the words actually are.
Great places, South Dakota.
No, he does not.
All right, I think it's either my guy Smitty or Benny Sims. Like, that's who I think it's down to these two for me. Does this player have a nickname that's not his name on our show?
So that's a great question.
Thanks a lot.
Had it been that player, I don't think I would have needed to tell him, see you in the locker room. He would have recognized me right away, as he and I have talked many times. So, no, it is not Tyler Davis.
Okay.
Is it Ben Sims?
It is Ben Sims, the pride of Baylor.
Okay.
So now, if you're Ben Sims, my question for you is, if you have someone who has chosen to yell to you as you're getting into your pickup truck after getting your pickup order from Chipotle, or as Tausch might say it, Chipotle, are you looking for some context of who this person is that is yelling hello to you? Because I have interviewed Ben Sims multiple times. I feel like in his orbit, though, I know that guy from somewhere. Where do I know that guy from? He said hello to me. So I was not trying to be, hey, look at me, I'm the cool guy who talks to you in the locker room. I was trying to give him some measure of, oh, that's how I know that idiot. That's where my heart was at, even if it didn't sound like it when I was telling the story.
Yeah, it didn't seem like it that way. I'll say this. The thing that if you want to annoy me or I think most people that are, somewhat known, just go up and say, hey, you remember me? Hey, you know me? Like it's some pop quiz, and then you feel like a total jaywag when you don't?
Yeah.
Now, if it's like, oh, hey, I'm Tommy, I know your buddy Fred and all this, I'm like, oh, you're much more receptive.
Yeah.
When somebody comes up and is like, you remember me? You know who I am? I'm immediately like, help me out. It used to be I'd feel bad, and now I'm just like, no, I don't. Or, yo! And then if you fake it, I don't do that anymore either, because you end up getting busted, and it's a bad deal. So I appreciate when someone will just kind of give you like, hey, remember I saw you at Freddie's parade, and we were able to have a Coors Light. Oh, yeah. How's Johnny doing? So I can appreciate the fact that you did this, but I think I'd appreciate it more if you just got in your car, took your Chipotle, and went home, if I'm being honest with you.
Okay, well, I thought maybe we could relive this with Ben when I talk to him next week, see if he'd like to come on and make fun of me for being obnoxious in the parking lot of Chipotle.
Now, for our show, I couldn't appreciate what you did more. Like, I totally appreciate it. And if that's the reason, there's plenty of times, I do things strictly for show content.
Uh-huh.
And if that's what you did, I am totally on board with what you did. I don't think that's what you did, though.
I knew. Here's. Let me just explain. I did not yell hello out the window with the intent of it becoming a show bit. The moment after I said hello to him, I texted you because I knew it was a show bit. It was authentic in nature to begin with of, hey, there's Ben Sims. I'm going to say hi to him, even though maybe in retrospect I shouldn't have. But I knew in the moment, hey, this is going to be something for the show tomorrow. So that's kind of where we're at.
Yeah, that was good. Well done. Well done.
Except I'm a weirdo. And as Jerry Ott in Canton, Ohio points out, after that interaction, probably not the best week to pop out of the laundry bin this week. So that's a fair point.
Might get accosted.
I will not do that this week. What I will do is set the stage for Tausch to tell us about his love of Coors Light.
Coors Light, brewed with a 3-step cold process, cold lager, cold filtered, and it is cold packaged, so it's made to chill. Those mountains will be out at the AmFam Championship. We'll get done with the show. I'm going to watch a little golf. Going to go to the Train concert tomorrow, and I will have Coors Lights flowing tomorrow afternoon. Born in the Rocky Mountains of Colorado. In 1978, Coors Light is refreshing. It's crisp. It's only 102 calories. Celebrate responsibly. Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
Whoa, Nelly is next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, driven by Zimbrick Chevrolet in Sun Prairie on 100.5 ESPN. See their full inventory at ZimbrickChevrolet.com.
Value and savings keep on coming with quick hot savings from Quick Trip. And right now, we're cooling off with $2.49 a gallon Nature's Touch milk. All 1 gallon, 2%, 1%, and skim Nature's Touch milk, just $2.49. Looking to make that perfect movie night milkshake? Or how about making those morning waffles extra fluffy? Our fresh, straight from our dairy Nature's Touch milk is on sale and ready to hit your fridge. With quick hot savings from Quick Trip, we're here to save you some moolah.
To those who've ever dreamt of their perfect event, those dreams are worthy and they are possible. Hi, it's Jeffrey from Celebrations Entertainment. With hard work, passion, and great music, we will make your event dreams a reality. Every event is a labor of love with one-on-one planning, customization, and flawless execution. Bringing your event to life is what we do. For a fun, memorable event, visit celebrationsentertainment.com. That's celebrationsentertainment.com.
In the next 30 seconds, I'm going to tell you how to save money and save the planet. It's simple. Ditch your energy bill and make the switch over to Everlight Solar. While electricity prices keep rising, Everlight Solar will give you the chance to take ownership of your power while also reducing your carbon footprint. As a local company based out of Madison, they'll be there with you every step of the way as you make the switch to solar. To learn more about how you can save money and save the planet, go to everlightsolar.com.
When it comes to security for your home and family, you want a winner, and we found one when we placed our trust with J&K Security Solutions. This is Greg Gard. Kim and Jeff hit the game-winning shot for us with the Control 4 home technology system. Home or away, from our smartphones, we can open the garage door, dim the lights, turn on the TV, as well as arm the security system. That's convenience as well as peace of mind. Let J&K Security Solutions do for your home or business like they've done for us. Call 255-5799 or online at jksecurity.com.
Hi, Drew and Jonathan Scott here, reminding you that a lot of life's firsts are better with help from American Family Insurance. Like your first home expansion or your first big lightning strike. There's a first for everything. Get the right home policy at the right price with the right help from American Family's agents. Life's better when you're under American Family's roof. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. American Family Mutual Insurance Company SI and its operating company 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Julie, you've been here at Pasquale's for a while. What comes to mind when you think of Pasquale's Cantina?
Fun, fresh, local, and the best margaritas in town.
Ah, yes, and that's because we have the largest tequila selection in Madison and the surrounding area. For me, I love that we're Madison's favorite friends and family gathering spot.
That's because of our great customers who have followed Pasquale's over the years. So for me, it's our guests that make Pasquale's Cantina.
Bringing the flavors of the Southwest to the Midwest. Pasquale's Cantina.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer. Our policy is to provide equal opportunity employment, development, and advancement to all current and potential teammates. If you are an organization that maintains a job bank, provides employment information, or gives job referrals, you may request to be placed on the station's mailing list for future career opportunities. To learn more about careers at Good Karma Brands, please email careers@goodkarmabrands.com.
The GRB Rays have established themselves as one of the top baseball programs in the Midwest and the country. GRB Academy offers training programs for players of all ages and skill levels. Learn from some of the best baseball coaches in the area and find the program that fits your training goals and your schedule. Spots are filling up fast, so visit grbacademy.com to sign up now. That's grbacademy.com. GRB Academy, baseball for the serious player.
Wisconsin's all-time sack leader is finally a Hall of Famer.
Sala led the Big Ten, always revved up to come off that corner.
Congratulations to ESPN Madison's Tarek Sala, proud member of the UW Athletic Hall of Fame class of 2024.
Time now?
Oh, is that little pop-up like you're going to do with J Love in the laundry bin, or what?
No, so I was here for the commercial break. Sometimes I have to run and try and get something done during the commercial break, but Jesse asked if I was ready. I said yes, but I hadn't stood up yet. I sat down to type something.
Oh.
So the pop-up,
Gotcha.
yeah. Ben Sims getting ready for the pop-up next week. Hey, in the locker room.
Oh, I saw that show Pop-Up on or Pop-Tarts on Netflix with Jerry Seinfeld.
Unfrosted?
Unfrosted.
Unwatchable is what it should be called. Unwatchable.
It wasn't that bad.
And,
really?
Like, it
And
wasn't...
let me tell you something. I am a Seinfeld. You ain't going to find a better or a bigger, figuratively and literally, Seinfeld fan than Old T. And the show was bad.
It's a big fella.
I mean,
joke.
it was like if you just approach it like it's a corny, family-friendly comedy, like it was fine.
Yeah. No, it sucked.
Hopefully, Nelly will be better.
If the topic is good, the guys discuss.
Just the other morning I had breakfast at Tracy Rocker's house. His mama brought out 15 flapjacks. He said, Mama, take back 5 of them flapjacks. I gotta stay hungry for the Crimson Tide.
But if it's not, the show must go on. It's time for
Whoa, Nelly!
On Wilde and Tausch.
All right,
You recommend that show, Jesse? To people?
No, I would
You'd
not
say,
recommend it. No.
Oh, okay, so what are we doing here? Like,
If it
just say
wasn't
sucked.
Jerry Seinfeld, if it was just Jerry Smith,
it would be. It would even be worse.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
that's the point. It's like there's a bunch of big name actors that are in that thing, and it's like they're just having fun, like throwing it together on the fly is what it felt like. Like it's not cinematic beauty, but it's some funny people in a random story about Pop-Tarts.
Jesse, be honest. You didn't think it was
sucked.
very good either.
No, I mean, it
you
wasn't-
said it was fine,
it was
which
fine.
is a really bad
Yeah.
Rotten Tomatoes rating.
There
It's
have
fine.
been worse things that I've watched on Netflix where I get done and I'm like, that
Shape
wasn't
of Water.
You've
Shape
never
of Water is
actually
my gold
watched.
standard.
You've never actually watched that.
I watched enough. No, I watched enough.
What shape is water?
Gaseous, Ice Cube, and Liquid. Thank you. Great show. Hey, let's throw an Academy Award at it, though. I digress. It wasn't Shape of Water bad. There, that's a compliment.
You done?
I think so.
Probably not.
Whoa, Nelly!
The Minnesota Vikings have unveiled alternate uniforms that they will wear for their Monday Night Football game December 16th against the Chicago Bears.
Yeah.
All white uniforms, purple letters and numbers. Even the Viking horn on the side just has the purple outline. The rest is white. Gotta admit, it looks really good.
Aaron Jones looks great in it.
He looks unhappy, though. He looks kind of sad. Look
You're
at the picture.
projecting.
No, I'm not. Is his heart all the way in? I mean, listen, I think he is a pro's pro. He's going to compete and play hard, and he's going to play really hard against Green Bay.
Yeah.
Is he going to go down as a Viking, or is he going to go down as a Packer?
Well, of course he's
What do you
going to
think
go
in
down
his-
as a Packer.
in his heart
we
of
all
hearts?
know that. But
Look at that, Jesse,
so-
if you can.
I'm
Throw
working
that
on it
picture up
now.
at
Yeah.
some point.
Yeah, I sent it to you. I
He
sent
looks,
it to you.
He does not look uber excited, even though the jerseys are super clean. But what do they call themselves? Winter Warriors. Is that what it says on their thing?
Winter Warriors, yep.
Okay, you play in a dome, climate-controlled dome. You ain't no warrior. Now, if Fran Tarkenton, when he's playing on concrete, when it's 80 below out, wants to go and that makes that jersey that much better. This, you're going to be in 72-degree temps. You ain't no winter warrior. Look at him. He's got it almost looks like he's got a tear in his eye. Like, I can't believe I'm doing this.
He's
man.
trying to look tough. He's not trying to look. He's not looking.
He doesn't look
sad.
tough. He looks reserved. Like,
Resigned.
There you go.
You think Aaron Jones is walking around with a constant scowl on his face that he's playing for the Minnesota Vikings? Like he doesn't feel joy in his life anymore?
Do I think that he's happy that he's not in Green Bay and that he's in Minnesota? I don't.
Of course. All right. So let's use your
The
experience.
jerseys, for the record,
Yeah,
jerseys
the
are
sweet.
super clean.
Yeah. White helmet.
No, they are.
Yeah, I agree.
Winter.
Yeah.
Can you be a winter warrior if you play in a dome
I
at
don't.
72
I mean,
degrees?
you do have to go outside at
Jason,
some point. Yeah,
they need to wear these when they're playing in Chicago or in Green Bay.
that's fair. You're right. Let's use your life experience to give us some perspective on where Aaron Jones is at, because during the 2009 season, coming off your second ACL, the Green Bay Packers did not bring you back right away.
They threw me out of the building.
Then they realized that Alan Barber was no Mark Tauscher, and they needed old T back at right tackle, and so they brought you back. But if my memory serves me correctly, the Kansas City Chiefs were interested in bringing you to their team. How would you have been playing for the Kansas City Chiefs?
Professional.
Right. Don't you think Aaron Jones is too?
I would have been looking the whole time at what is that team? What are the Green Bay Packers? I would have had one eye over there too.
Right, and I think that's how probably Aaron Jones feels.
Why are you clapping?
Because your insight is valuable, and that's exactly.
You clapped for it. Oh, okay. I like that. No, I actually enjoy it.
I'm going to do something else with my hands next.
What's that?
Well.
If you can't see, first off, his face mat doesn't look like it's fully aligned. Like it almost looks a little off tilt to the right.
Think it's photoshopped?
Maybe I'm wrong.
It's not even him.
I don't know. I'm not going to say that.
Pose in a Vikings jersey because he misses Green Bay so much.
His ball security, not good. That ain't high and tight.
It's zero pressure points.
That's right for a fumble. And his eyes look to me like both eyes are looking over to Green Bay like, I can't believe you all are making me do this.
All right, I think we're making a lot of assumptions about that photo there, big fella.
Jesse, am I more right than I'm wrong?
I think you're interpreting art the way you want to interpret it, but I see it your way.
Isn't that what art is?
Now that you've pointed it out,
what art is?
No.
You think he looks sad? You agree with Tausch that he looks sad?
Resigned. You nailed it with resigned.
I didn't think that when I first saw it, but Tausch has convinced me that he looks like he looks like he's trying to look at what the other photo shoot is doing on the other side of the room.
Those veins are popping, too. Wow. Look at the veins in his arms.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, I still think it's projection. Whoa, Nelly.
Whoa, Nelly! NBA Finals starts tonight. I ran out of music.
Winter Warriors. Come on now.
Is there less juice for this?
I'm going to pull a Charles Barkley. Come on, man.
Is there less juice for this NBA Finals than any other NBA Finals you can remember?
No, there's plenty of juice. It's just it took 6 weeks to get to the game. Well, what are we doing? Play the game 6 days ago. This is a legacy. These are some monster legacy things at line here. The Celtics, if they don't get this done, it's going to be what the hell's wrong with Jason Tatum. And Luka Doncic, he can elevate himself. People are going to say he's the best player in the game if he wins a championship this year. Kyrie Irving's legacy is completely flipped from being a complete lunatic and a horrible teammate to, oh, man, most skilled dude. What did LeBron say? Most skilled dude ever. Shoot it left-handed, shoot it right. There's all kinds of intrigue. Can Kristaps Porzingis get 18 points tonight? I'm as intrigued as I've been in a long time.
Drew Holiday, another ring with another team after the Bucks chose not to have him on their team.
Did the Bucks make a mistake getting rid of him for Dallas? No, they didn't, by the way.
I feel like you're trying to convince yourself of these narratives.
I just threw you 4 narratives without even blinking.
And also that Aaron Jones is resigned and sad in Minnesota.
Yeah, you know what? I feel like you're Aaron Jones selling me on the NBA Finals, and I'm looking over at football season starting in a few weeks.
I don't know about the NBA Finals or football season. I do know that tomorrow, the 3 of us together, none of us resigned, all of us happy to do it, at the AmFam Championship.
Yes, PGA Tour champions, including tournament host and defending champion Steve Stricker at the American Family Insurance Championship. It starts tomorrow, Friday, June 7th. We'll be out there. All the guys are going to be out there playing, and it goes through Sunday, June 9th. Tournament week includes an exciting concert that Old T will be at, featuring 3-time Grammy Award-winning Train. I didn't even know I liked Train until I heard some of their music. I'm totally on board and excited. That is at Bree Stevens Field tomorrow. Proceeds will support the Steve Stricker American Family Insurance Foundation and the AmFam Children's Hospital. And then, I didn't even think about it, Saturday, you got the celebrity shootout with Andy North and his squads. We don't know how those teams are going to be divvied up. And then Sunday now has become a sexy day if you want to get out and potentially meet up Jordan Love, new AmFam ambassador. He'll be out there shaking hands and probably yelling, hey, what'd you get on that burrito? Oh, yeah, I got that too. Get your tickets today at AmFamChampionship.com. That's AmFamChampionship.com.
Hey, tongue-tied JD, how you doing? I just went to the concession
stand.
stand.
Championship a couple years ago.
You won that AmFam championship. We won softball on Wednesday night. Yeah.
Big win, a lot of runs, a couple of big innings. We'll wrap things up next. This will
Then we rubbed it in by playing games afterwards on your field.
This weekend on ESPN Radio, Shohei, Mookie Betts, and the LA Dodgers face Juan Soto, Aaron Judge, and the New York Yankees. We in the game. Coverage begins Saturday at 7 Eastern on ESPN Radio and on the ESPN app. Presented by Progressive Insurance.
Mark Tauscher here for Mosquito Joe of Madison. It's the best time of the year, summertime in Wisconsin. Time for campfires, cookouts, games, and activities, and all the other fun things your yard offers this time of year. Don't let mosquitoes and pests get in the way of that summer fun. Do what my family did and get in touch with the great team at Mosquito Joe of Madison. Mosquito Joe's experts provide comprehensive pest control solutions, keeping your yard and home free from mosquitoes, rodents, rats, stinging insects, and everything else. My family is so thankful that we have Mosquito Joe to help make the best of our summer out in our yard. Call 608-504-2131 now for a free inspection and let Mosquito Joe transform your indoor and outdoor living experience. That's 608-504-2131. Outside is fun again when you go with Mosquito Joe.
Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute.
This Badger Minute brought to you by the Great Dane Pub and Brewing Company, Madison's home for craft beer and pub food since 1994. Find the Great Dane nearest you at greatdanepub.com.
With your Badger Minute, I'm Riley Yauk. On Tuesday afternoon, former Badger hockey legend Joe Pavelski announced that he will not be returning to the NHL next season after an illustrious 18 years with the Dallas Stars. The Plover, Wisconsin native has numerous accolades to his name, including but not limited to the all-time Badger leader in NHL goals with 476 and points with 1,069, and the U.S. record holder with 74 NHL playoff goals.
Order today and get 0% interest for up to 48 months at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Set your free in-home consultation at PellaWI.com.
My Aunt Bella was telling a story, and her speech was a bit slurred. Her smile was drooping. Was she having a stroke? I knew it was time to run through the B Fast checklist. B, balance. Bella was fine. E, eyes. Her vision was fine. F, face. Oh, the drooping. A, arms. She could lift both arms. S, speech. Oh, definitely slurred. T, terrible headache. She had one. Signs of a stroke. I called 911 and saved Aunt Bella's life.
Brought to you by the Wisconsin Department of Health Services Covered Health Stroke Program.
Fleet Farm is the place for the best Father's Day deals around. This week, save $60 on a Milwaukee M18 cordless 2-tool combo kit. Now just $169. Get a 28-inch Blackstone griddle with cover and accessories on sale for $249.99. And bring the kids June 15th from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. to decorate a free grilling apron just for Dad. Treat your special guy to everyday favorites and more this Father's Day at Fleet Farm.
I'm John Hayes, owner of Goodman's Jewelers. We've been at the heart of many magical moments, from engagements to weddings to sweet 16s. It warms my heart to be a part of these moments for 40 years with people I consider family. With the highest standards and an eye for classic beauty, enjoy a warm boutique setting at Goodman's Jewelers, where integrity shines in every gem. At 220 State Street, Goodman's Jewelers, the Diamond Store, Madison, since 1933.
The best is at Goodman's.
Ben Brust here to tell you about Zimbrick European. They're Mercedes, Audi, Porsche, and certified pre-owned. But the best part is I've been working with them since 2018, and the evolution has been a 2-door, a 4-door, and now it's time for an SUV. My life has changed, and it's changed with Zimbrick European. Being a dad has made it really important to have the comfort and the safety that the SUV will bring me. Again, Zimbrick European off the Beltline at Rimrock Road. Of course, I found the sexiest car on the lot. Check them out.
Wisconsin enjoys a rich history in broadcasting, which we celebrate at the Wisconsin Broadcasters Association Hall of Fame. We honor those who have devoted their careers to serving their local communities as legendary broadcasters. The Wisconsin Broadcasters Hall of Fame, inside the Hilton Milwaukee City Center.
The NBA Finals on ESPN Radio. The Boston Celtics, the Dallas Mavericks. Game 1 of the Celtics and Mavericks. Coverage begins tonight at 7:30 Eastern on ESPN Radio and on ABC. presented by Indeed.
All right, we're out of time. Come see us tomorrow at the AmFam Championship at University Ridge. Or if you're at Chipotle in Green Bay, I may say hi to you. Thanks for coming along for the ride. Have a great day. Take care. Be good.
Miss any of today's episode of Wilde and Tausch? Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin? Commercial-free full show podcast.